Hello, hello, hello. Top of the morning, evening, afternoon. We are a little bit early. We were going to start this at 10. We were, I promise you. I had every intention to make this happen at 10 o'clock. But what had happened was, as soon as I get everybody in here, everybody wants to fucking talk about shit. They have zero professionalism. Instead of waiting 20 minutes or something. They came a little early, which I appreciate, but I'm sure the people that wanted to watch us at 10 o'clock, which is probably none, um, would probably wait till 10 o'clock. So they're going to have to be 30 minutes behind because, well, these fucking assholes on the clown show today want to talk about things that we should hold off to hold about or talk about during the show. So I guess we're just going to jump right into it. So, wow, I want to talk about my subject, but apparently Matthew and Jorn want to talk about other things. So we're just gonna let the Belgians take it. No, you're
No,
shaking your head.
I'm interested in yours.
Oh,
In yours.
you're interested in mine?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. Um, I'm a little embarrassed though.
I don't
You?
believe that. I don't believe that. That's
No,
impossible.
it is his serious face, so he could be
Do you
legit.
guys believe that aside from biology, that we could be somebody else inside?
Uh,
Like feeling like someone else or actually being someone else.
Both.
Yeah.
I could
and this
see
is
that. I could see it's the person that you represent and the person who you really are inside. I could see that.
so, but you're saying mentally, right? Not physically.
Maybe mentally and physically because my eyes see something that my mind doesn't want to see.
Well,
Mm.
there
So the perception of self, then.
Perception, yeah, perception is reality. What you see is what you perceive it to be. Sure.
So you don't like the perception of yourself.
No, I do. Um, the question is, if someone's born a male and they feel like they're a female, can they be a female?
No,
Okay. If someone is born white and they feel like they want to be black, can they be black?
no,
Why
No.
not?
because it's not reality.
Says who?
Says
Well,
most of
Jay
the
has
people.
a point. You can
Well,
reshape your own reality.
what if my eyes see something different than your eyes do?
Then there would be something wrong with your eyes, or mentally, maybe.
Or maybe there's something wrong with your eyes or your mental situation.
Yeah, but okay, if it's one on one, but if 99% of the people say you're white, you're probably gonna be white,
If
right?
95% of people all think that they're normal and the 1% of crazy people think that they're normal, who's right?
it's
Also
all a
true.
matter of perception.
It's all how you perceive it to be, right? So what if I told you that I'm black?
Hey, I mean, we've heard weirder things from other people, right? So
I
if you say
I
that you're black,
see
cool. All right.
myself. I want to be transracial.
Yeah, all the power to you,
Yeah.
but don't expect me to call you black. That's all.
Well, you
I
don't
don't.
call people typically their race, do you? I mean, unless you're like that black guy over there, that
Hi,
white.
White Jay.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't say that to me. I'm just saying that if I want to be transracial, can I be?
I think so. I think it all comes down. I mean, I think you have the penis for it. You could pull it off.
Yeah. I think I'm going to start identifying as black. So, like when I fill out an application for my future job, because this isn't working out well, I think I'm just going to check the box for African American.
I mean,
Are
you
you
have
also
proof that proves
changing your
otherwise.
name?
I am.
Do you have a list of names?
I can't do it, bro. I can't. Like, if I was doing this solo, I could have done it. There's no fucking way I could have done it. I lost. That's it. I'm out. I was going to call myself Djibouti.
I kind of like. You can pull off Djibouti.
Yeah, I mean, there's
You
a
can
town
pull-
in Africa called Djibouti, so I don't know why I can't name myself after that town. I mean, look, all joke, like I was gonna try to pull this off, but there was no fucking way I was gonna be able to. If, because look, this transracial shit. I don't know if you've heard of trans disabled, transgender. We always talk about transams. If the argument is that a person sees themselves as someone else, everybody else, like we said in the beginning, someone else may see you as, okay, that person's white. But if that person perceives, and they grow up watching, oh man, black shows, and they're all light skin colored black people, one could believe, okay, I'm black. Let's take someone out of baseline 2 years old. They don't know shit from nothing. They're home. Well, no one's homeschooled at 2. I mean, of course you are. You don't go to school yet. But let's just say 2 to 20. All you do is you see these videos of all these light-skinned black people. Some are blacker than others. Some people are purple. Other people are more cream color. So it gets to a point where if that's all that you see and they're labeled as black people, one might think that you're black. That's the only thing you see. So if someone is raised by women and taught that they are a woman, I think that you have a huge block that's a penis versus a vagina. I think you're more likely to get away with a transracial than you are transgender, because there are light-skinned black people. There's also dark-skinned black people. No?
Yes.
Yes, 100%.
Look at the leader of Black Lives Matter. That guy's whiter than me, but somehow he's black. So if you could be it, I could be it.
But then this is the only question I have about the transracial thing, because I kind of associate it with transgenders as well. And from all the people I've seen that identify as something else, you eventually become a costume. So would that mean if you're transracial that you also use your stereotypes to reconfirm your new assigned identity? Because
Oh, you
then
mean
it
like a
becomes
Bud
racist
Light guy
again.
did, where he started talking about all the different things that women do and that he notices him doing, so that makes him a woman?
Yeah.
So you're
so
asking what I ask for reparations if I was identifying as black? Is that the question?
Yes, and would you steal your own car that's parked in front of your house just to be
Just cause.
just cause?
Oh, to really fit the cue, but that's like a thug black person. That's just not a general.
Oh yeah, but you can choose your
Yeah,
stereotypes.
but I don't want
as
to
well.
be. Oh, so not only am I picking my race, I'm also picking the sub race inside of that race. So, like,
Yes.
if I wanted to be a white person, I could pick being like a redneck or a honky or anything. Honky is very racist, by the way.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I was going to say something. I was like,
That's
okay.
fine. I really don't give a shit at this point. But if you okay, so no, I would not pick the thuggish region. I would pick more of the prestigious black men.
Of course.
Like
No,
Denzel
but
or
you
Morgan.
get what I mean, right, Jay? You get what I mean. Like to reconfirm your environment that you now this person.
Right.
I feel like regardless of if it's gender or race in this case, people tend to pick a stereotype, enlarge that, so the environment now believes that you are this.
No, I wouldn't pick a stereotype. I would just tell people that if they're like, yo, that white bald guy, you better fix that shit. I'm black, bro.
Well, I mean, you could, because at this point, you could just walk around down the street and somebody says, "Excuse me, sir or ma'am," and you could be like, "No, I'm, Cthulhu from the ocean." So, what difference does that make anymore?
I've always wondered that, and it's not me being a smartass, but if I have to call you by your pronouns, what if my pronouns are God or Goddess?
Right, exactly. You could tell that to people too when they tell
If you want me to call you a she, you must call me Lord.
That's it. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Wow.
No, but that won't fly. That one. It's
No.
just the same thing. If you're a white person and you identify as a black person or a Native American or whatever you want, that's not gonna fly because you're a white person. So
No,
that's
no.
race.
Yeah, that's my point. When does it become racist? I know the individual
Why
wants
is
to
it
identify
racist? Well,
something.
I don't understand why it's racist. If it, all right, let's go over the term. Let's do this together, okay? Please.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
let's
think
do this.
people use the word racist the wrong way
Yeah,
all the
I
time.
feel like, and even you Belgians are not doing it now. Let me just pull this up real quick. So let's take a look at. We're gonna have to go like this. So let's just
Oh,
do.
I'm not saying it's racist
All right, calm the fuck
of
down.
the black person. It's racist towards the
Characters,
white person.
shut up! Shut up! Shut it! You had all that shit to say in the beginning. Characterized by showing prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism against the person or people on the basis of their membership in a particular racial or ethnic group, typically one that is a minority and marginalized. Forget this part doesn't matter. We're not antagonizing, we're not discriminating, we're not being prejudiced. All I'm saying is that I am black. That is it. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm not saying that I am better than white people. I'm not saying that I'm better than Mexican people. I'm not saying that black people are shitbags. I'm not saying that Asian people are shitbags. I'm just saying that I am black. How does that make me racist?
Oh, my question would be, why would you pick it? Because if you, anything in
Why not?
life,
It's
if
not a
you
matter of why
want
would I
to.
pick it. It's what my
Want
eyes
to.
perceive.
Right. That's
okay,
how he
no,
feels.
my question would be, Jay, if anything in life you pick, it's probably to improve yourself. So if you identify with black, you do think that suits you better. So that is, you pick that race because you feel that's better for you, right?
No, it's not a matter of feeling better. That's what I see myself as. Like, what color is
Oh,
my shirt today? Watch this.
blue.
You sure about that?
That's how we perceive it from the
Yeah,
camera.
that's how I see
Okay,
it.
did you know? Let me hit you with some facts here. Did you know out of 10 million people, this is a true story, 10 million people, not one of those 10 million people see the color exactly the same? Meaning that you may see this as a navy blue. Someone may see it as a powder blue. Another person may see it as a cornflower blue. And just because you see it as a darker blue, a person may see it as a different shade of blue. You understand? So just because you think it's blue, I am colorblind, right? We all know this. We've been over this forever. Okay. I am colorblind. I may see this as, I see it as blue as well, but the point is I may see it as purple. Does that mean that I want it to be purple? No, that just means that that's the way that I see the color. So what if I saw white people as black people and black people as white? This goes further than transgender. This is just, you can't deny a penis and vagina. I mean, like, that it doesn't get any more real than that. But if we're talking about the color of someone's skin, I feel like that would be the lesser of all the trans issues than any of them. Trans disabled is horse shit. You can't just say, I don't have a fucking knee anymore. Okay, I see your knee. But now there's people that go far and they'll break their fucking knees and cut their legs off. This is a real thing.
Or go blind.
Right? And this is real. So you are, in fact, transitioning into being a disabled person. But if I'm not transitioning and I feel like I'm black, does that make me transracial? Or am I just a black person? It's what people perceive it to be what makes it trans, not me.
Right.
It,
Yeah, but then it all comes down, like, realistically, if I will look at you and I don't ask you how you feel or perceive yourself, then I'm in trouble because I would be insensitive, right? My eyes perceive you to be white now.
But why
So
would you
how
treat
I
me
know?
any differently if I'm white or black?
But I wouldn't.
Then why would that even be a topic? When do you ever walk up to somebody and like, yo, you black or white?
Okay, in this situation, let's say we're out together and we're with a bunch of friends, and there's two Jays, a black Jay and a white Jay.
Sure.
And I'm yelling to you at the other side, hey Jay, and you both look, and then I have to say, either
Left or
you're
right.
both wearing a blue shirt, and then I'm in trouble, and I have to pick a color, and I'm gonna say, no.
Well, why wouldn't you say, wait. Go back. Let's go back to that story with the two J's, right? Let's just say there's Jay Hayes, and let's just say there's Jay Bob. Wouldn't you say, no, Hayes, right? Like, wouldn't you,
Right.
you wouldn't
Point to the
distinguish and
one
be
that
like,
you want.
I mean, I may do that, the black Hayes or black Jay, right? Like, I may do that because I don't think that that's racist. That's what I see you as. So, if I don't think that would if that would happen, you would go by last names because now if you're out with two Jay Hayeses, one is black and one because that could be possible. There could be a Hayes, that's a real last name, and Haze, that's a made up fictitious name. So you might be in a predicament there. Now you're gonna have to come up with a nickname for somebody else. But I'm just saying that if I want to identify as black, why can't I? I think it's funny. I was watching a video this morning, and this guy was walking around, and he was asking, is it okay to do blackface? Okay. Everybody's like, no, it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Now I want to put a spin on this. Watch this. And then he gets into it. He's like, oh, how do you feel about transracial? But I want to put a spin on this. If black people don't like when people do blackface, then why don't women not like men for doing drag? I'm putting a spin.
That's a big spin. Okay.
Why are women not offended by men that dress up like drag? Why? Now, this wasn't in this guy's video, but I think that's a great fucking question because you're acting like something you're not. Clearly, you're dancing like something you're not. You're dressed up like, we're not talking about transgenders. We're talking about drag queens. You're dressed up like a woman. You're putting makeup on like a woman. You act like a woman. You talk like a woman. How come women are like, fuck these drag queens?
Maybe because
So
they
you're
find
saying
it
acting like a different gender is less offensive than acting like another race?
Yes, but it goes back to what I was saying. One is more extreme than the other.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah,
But-
race, it's not just about the color type, right? It's about more than that. If you say I identify as black, it's a culture, it's a certain way of being. It's not only purely the color of your skin, right? That's what most people
Not
go
in,
to.
okay, maybe in your country, but here in America, there's no culture. There's no culture associated with black people. Now, if you're going to say people from Africa, black people, first off, I love this argument. Kwanzaa. Do you guys know what this is? Does anybody know what Kwanzaa is?
It's a black holiday.
It's a black Christmas, okay? That's what it is, okay? Watch this. Do you know when Kwanzaa started?
Like the 60s?
No. Not even close.
Oh.
Anybody else? Nobody else knows what it is?
No, not really.
Okay, I want to show you something.
It came out in 1999.
I think you're gonna I think you're gonna be blown out. Okay. Oh, you were right. I thought it was 1967. It was close enough. All right. So 1966. Right. You know what's funny is you remember Kamala Harris when she said she was a kid, she used to celebrate
Kwanzaa?
Kwanzaa. It's impossible.
She was-
Kwanzaa didn't exist yet. It's not possible that you celebrated Kwanzaa. If you were born in the 50s, man, or 60s even, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, up to online it's a 66, but it's all over the place.
So 60s is so around the 60s.
So what if so we'll say around the 60s. But let's just say I want to celebrate Kwanzaa. Let me go a different route. Because you guys are in Europe, right? Have you ever, think about this before you answer this, seen a white Muslim?
Yeah.
Okay. I spent, there's a gap in here, but I'm just going to say '02 to '05 in Middle East. And when I'm saying Middle East, I'm talking about Middle East. Okay, Iraq, Iran, not much in Iran, just through an ASR, but we'll just say Iraq, Kuwait, Qatar, some people call it Qatar, Bahrain, and I've never in my life seen a white Muslim person. Why?
Well, how many white people are actually there?
Okay, now when you say white people, can you give me the definition of a white person?
A person that self-identifies as a white person.
Okay, let me stop you. Like, take an Arab, okay, from the Middle East, and you make them butt naked, shave their beard. Can you tell me the difference between me and that person? Looks-wise. Looks.
They're slightly darker.
You
Usually.
sure about that?
Not 100%. The ones that I've met are usually darker.
Depends on where in the region you're from, right? If you're from
Right.
North Iraq, there's a lot of Catholics there, and they look just like me and you, especially you with that fucking beard. But what makes them different? What they wear, right? Okay, so going back to the question, do you see any white Muslims? I've never seen one in the States. Now, when I'm saying white, I'm referring to a European that is converted to a Muslim. That's what I'm referring to. Now, generally speaking, people like you guys just in the beginning, you said, well, you're white. Okay. White is not a race. It's not a race. It's a skin color. You have Hungarians. You have Jewish. Do Jewish people identify as white people?
Probably.
Probably.
Got that? You sure about that?
I
No,
don't
not
know.
at all.
Most Jewish people represent themselves as Jewish people,
Correct.
right? They don't say I'm a white Jew. They just say I'm Jewish. How many black Jews you ever meet?
That I've never met.
Okay, it's rare. It's rare. It's extremely rare. But why is it that we only see certain religious beliefs followed by certain colors of skin?
Because of
Regional?
tradition.
If God
tradition,
is
where
here
they
and he
grew up.
created everybody, right? Watch this. See, I don't even need your fucking topics. I'll run this shit. If God is here and he created everybody, and everybody believes that there is a God, all these different beliefs, or an Allah, or a Messiah. So God created everybody, right? Everybody. He created the white, the black, the Puerto Ricans, everybody across the world. Then why can't we all unify? Is it because we don't believe in the same thing? But
No, we divided ourselves.
based off of what?
Skin color, religion, different cultures.
Is it skin
Beliefs.
color or is it beliefs? I just gave you an example. It's not skin color.
Beliefs.
Well, it's one thing we fight about. You can't deny that.
You think there's wars based off of skin color? Give me one.
Well, no, not at the moment. It's mostly
Ever.
about religion.
Ever. Give me one war that's ever been fought over a color of skin.
Can't.
You're not going to give me
there
one.
isn't.
You're going to give
There
me a
isn't.
belief.
Yeah,
A Muslim or
Yep.
radical. And you're not even going to give me a belief that is valid. You're going to give me a radical belief. Something where Muslims crashing their planes. Those are radical Muslims. Muslims are genuinely a non-radical Muslim, are very peaceful people. Very peaceful. So when you look at it, it's the radical versions. Even the Catholics, man, like it doesn't just stop with
Right.
Muslims. Okay, I don't know about any radical Jews. I'm sure that's a thing. But when you look at it, it's not distinguished by this. Although that does factor into that belief, because you'd be real hard pressed to find me a white Muslim or a black Jew. Again, I'm sure they exist. But if I wanted to convert to a Muslim, it would be tough. It would be a tough battle. Okay, if I wanted to convert to a Jew, it would also be tough, right? Because my mother has to be Jewish for me to convert. Yes? Right.
Correct.
Yep.
So I have to be born into something. What if I'm born into being black and I believe that I'm black? Based off of all those arguments I just said to you, you don't get what I'm saying?
I think but then you also rely on your environment, right? You still rely on your environment.
When you say environment, you mean the people around you, or
Yeah, the people around you.
Well,
But
if
when
that's the
will it
case,
ever come up where they ask you what your race is? I could see if it's boy, girl, bathroom, gym class. When would your race come up in school?
Probably
when you
not.
talk about
Unless
something
you
that
change
you
your
don't.
name.
Well, what if it's like a topic that you're bringing up? Like, let's say somebody's talking about, I don't know, Christmas, and you could be like, "Well, I don't believe in Christmas." That's a way of bringing it up because,
That's a belief. That's not a skin color.
right?
You could say my people were oppressed. Okay, now people are going to be like, wait a minute, your people.
Yeah.
What people? You Hungarians? No. My black brethren. I'm
But
sorry.
you you're thinking you're thinking you're black is also a belief.
No. My
Mm-mm.
eyes see that. Okay. Here. Better example. Watch this. Okay. We've all been loved by a woman before, right? All of us. But the significant other woman. You didn't need to see it to know that they loved you, right? You felt it.
Yeah.
What if you feel black? That's a feeling.
Yeah, but eventually, Jay, okay, you have a point. I'm not discouraging, but eventually the confirmation of the people, like other people will see it, right? You don't need the confirmation of
Why
other people
would they
to know.
see it? You guys keep saying this.
No,
Why would that come up that they see that I'm white?
no, the in love part. They would
Okay.
see you
Oh,
would
yeah,
be
yeah,
in
yeah.
a
The
relationship,
love.
right?
Yeah. Okay, fine. But what if I'm acting like a black person would act?
Yeah. I think people would question you then, no?
Well, yeah,
Well,
no. They
Eminem.
questioned people in the '90s when they did this, and they called them wiggers. That
Right.
was
Eminem.
that
Look
was
at Eminem when he first came out.
yes. So I don't think M would ever come out and say I'm black.
No.
But you know, I think it's a very good topic because if I obviously believe is what I see to be true, right? What seeing is believing. If I see you as white, you are white. So if I see myself as black, wouldn't I be black?
So
You
with
could
the
be.
okay, with the Eminem thing, right? Eminem never stated that he was black or felt like he was black. What Eminem stated was, "I grew up in the ghetto." And that's why he acts the way he does, he talks the way he does, he dresses the way he did. So he
Yeah.
gave a reasoning
Yeah, he
as
was
to
brought.
why
Yeah,
he
what he was. You were taught this as a kid. You are who you hang out with, right? If you hang out
right.
with a bunch of black people, you're gonna act black. If you hang out with a bunch of rednecks, you're gonna act like a redneck. I mean, that's
Right.
true and true. That's you're developing that brain to be something that not in a negative fashion. It's just how that person was raised. So I'm just saying that obviously that couldn't happen midlife, where I'm just like, man, shit, I'm black now. This is
Come out of
something
nowhere.
you gotta start this and run with this shit till the day you die. Don't start changing it up and be like, oh, people. But here's another great example. If someone tells you that you're good looking, right? Like people tell me all the time. I just read 5 comments this morning about how beautiful my eyes are. Oh, your eyes are so beautiful. You guys have even told me my eyes are beautiful. It gets to a point like, I know, I get it. Is that being cocky? No, it's not. It's if enough of people tell you something, you're going to start to fucking believe it. Okay, so everybody says they're beautiful. They're beautiful. Got it. So if a bunch of people call you fat, eventually you're going to start to believe that you're fat.
Correct.
So if a bunch of people think that I'm black and they call me black, I'm assuming that
You're black.
society, maybe that's why transgenders keep pushing it down our fucking throat. The more you keep saying it, eventually we're going to believe it. Okay.
Maybe.
Fuck.
I still feel like we're a long way from me coming over to your house and calling you a beautiful black man. I'm not there yet.
I don't know if that will ever
Right.
happen in my lifetime, Kenzo.
But you don't have a reason, Jordan. You don't have a reason to tell Jay that, though. I think that's what Jay's trying to say.
Right,
It's
there's
like,
no-
you don't need
because
to.
Jay doesn't need
Hey,
the confirmation.
Jay, you're
If
black.
he chooses to be that way, he could
But
just
why
do it.
would
But
that come up though? It's not like I'm
Exactly.
shoving black down your throat. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying I just don't know when in a normal conversation you would say to somebody, I'm black. Like, unless
you have a point. You have a point.
transgender is different because I'm going into a bathroom that I clearly don't look like I belong in. Right? With black, the best way to explain this would be the 60s. There's a fountain and there's colored and white. And I go to the colored one to drink. People are like, what the
Or you
fuck?
sit in the
are you
back of the
doing?
bus.
I thought I was black. You're not black. You belong in this other fountain. Oh, my bad. You know,
Oh, my bad.
shit, let me get that real quick. It's like I get on a bus and I immediately get to the back. Sir, you don't belong.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I do. No, you're in the front. Why? Because you white. What? For real?
This reminds me of the Dave Chappelle skit where he's black. And
Okay, I don't like Dave
he's
Chappelle. Dave Chappelle's corny. So we're not talking to Dave Chappelle. We're talking to Jay Hayes. So I know I look black and all, but I'm not Dave Chappelle. So
I have one more question about the whole scenario, Jay. Could it be because you're confident that you don't need... Let's say you're in this scenario. You feel like a black man.
Mhm.
You start this today. Congratulations. Your reparations check is in the mail. But you wouldn't... you wouldn't maybe tell everyone because you now believe... Your perception is you look in the mirror, you see yourself as a black man. And
That's
you
it.
go from there. You're the kind of person that doesn't need confirmation from his surroundings to confirm his new belief or his new self. Could it be that that is the reason that these people, transgenders and all other people that are changing it up, need to constantly tell themselves and their environment they are now this because they're not confident in the choice they made? And they need to be confirmed that they...
So you're saying it's them just basically trying to brainwash themselves?
Yes.
Yeah, but
Because,
usually-
like you said, you wake up, you just now feel like you're this, you perceive yourself this way. Why do you need your entire world or people around you to confirm the way that you are? You don't need that with your sexuality. You don't need that for your appearance. You choose that yourself. If someone calls, like if you were younger, let's
But
say
why
10 or
can't
12.
all right,
and
so this is gonna take a spin, but why can't I perceive myself to be somebody else? I'm not hurting anybody, right?
Nope.
Agreed. But you're also not bothering anyone in this scenario. You're just being you. You're not forcing
Not
it
forcing
onto
Could that be
anyone
said for
else.
transgenders then?
Unless they
No,
start
they're-
forcing it.
Right, but if they just want to be somebody else and do their own thing and walk down the street dressed like a woman, wouldn't that be okay?
100%. But you can get mad to me, like if you still have the stubble, that I will call you a man. That's one of the risks. If you don't look the part, I'm going to call you out the way you look or how I perceive you to be. Not to be hurtful, but like you just said, perception is reality.
And it
It's
is.
also there's also a thing that I think mostly people of particular skin color use that skin color to identify and empower themselves. Like, we're not going around, I'm a beautiful, powerful white person. In the black community, however, that's a thing. I'm a beautiful black woman or a beautiful black man or a powerful. They
Well,
use
hold
it
on.
more
All
than
right,
we
let me
do.
go against the grain here for a moment. Is there a problem with a black person saying that? I don't think that there is.
Oh,
Because
but they
if you look
self-identify.
at your tradition, right? Did you know that Romans, Greeks used to go to learn things from African queens and kings? This is well documented. Well documented. They would go to Africa and the kings and queens would teach Romans. This is documented. How come they don't teach that in school?
Well, my argument is they probably don't teach anything useful in school anymore.
Okay,
It's now
fine.
about
But
feelings.
that is a position. I want you to seriously listen to this song. It's an old song from the '90s. Bree heard it the other day, but it's always been on playlist because I think it's a great song. The name of the song is Nas. Those of you who know Nas is one of the greatest hip hop artists of all time. Not the best, but one of. There's a song called "I Know I Can." I want you to. I know you don't like hip hop, Matthew, but just listen to the lyrics of the. It's a good song. It's I Know I Can. Watch it, not watch it. Listen to the words. All of that is truth in there. Or you could just look up the lyrics of it and just read it. And
Nas is N-A-Z.
NAS,
NAS.
NAS.
Nas. Oh, okay.
Yeah, like Nas. And the lyrics, and it's all 100% true. But it's a very empowering song. Even as a white man listening to it, like you're not using slavery, you're not using the shit. Use the tools of what your bloodline is, and use that. And when you look it up and you fact check the lyrics, oh, it's very real. But they don't teach that. Is that because? Well, first off, I guess the question is in school, do they teach? Matthew, you're the only one here, but I don't think they're going to teach this in Europe. Is anybody in chat, do they teach children now in school about slavery in America?
They do.
They do in Belgium for America. They do.
And the general world history that there were slaves in America and in Europe and everything, they do. Yeah.
I think they would do that
Right?
here also. I think they would
Romans
do
and
that
stuff. Sorry. Kid says Romans. They've covered Romans that they had slaves and
I think every nation,
slaves at one point.
nation. I mean, you'd be real hard, unless it's an island in the middle of nowhere, you'd be real hard pressed to find me a nation, a country, if you will, that or an empire that didn't have slaves. Get the fuck out of here.
It's as old as time itself. Slavery. It was.
How far
Even
back
if-
you want to go? You want to go to
Yeah.
Jesus' time? I mean, where
You
you
had
want to
one
go?
village- You had one
Weren't the
village.
original
You had
slaves the
the rival
Jews?
village. They fought each other. The ones that were left over were taken, and they were used as slaves.
All is
Simple
fair
as
in
that.
love and war, man. All is fair in
Really?
love and war. Yeah, the Jews were slaves. Yeah, and
They
the
were one of
Egyptians
the
didn't
first
want to let them
slaves,
go.
sure.
They didn't want to let
Yeah.
them go. Then fine, I'm going to hit you with the 12 plagues. So it's gone as long as time, as long as people have existed.
Mm.
So I'm not saying it makes it okay, but you kind of have to say it's okay because that's.
I would also say it's almost
what it
nature,
is.
right?
Would you say it's human nature?
No, it's nature itself, not human nature.
I
per
don't
se,
think you'd
like,
be able to tell me an animal that uses another animal as its bitch.
No, not in that sense. I completely agree, but there is always like there's one on top. That's true for nature too. One dominates the other. So
Sure, but I don't
we-
think uses that. Now, there are animals that rely on other animals to be alive, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying where you make somebody else do your bidding. I don't think there's anything
True.
in.
you could look at the other way, right? They only kill. Animals only kill to survive. So this was our more human side. Like we won't exterminate your whole race. We'll keep you alive as a
Which is
slave.
smart, right? Which is smart. I
Yeah.
mean, you're helping
Yeah.
build my pyramids or whatever.
But there is a big difference between having slaves and the slave trade that started most likely in Africa itself. That's a big
How
difference.
is it
Having
different? It's the
slaves
same thing, no?
or two different nations, two different villages, spoils of war. You use them as slaves, but incarcerating people and selling them to foreign countries or something like that. That's something that started in Africa.
Well, if you were to take impoverished people and you don't have room in jails, and you say, listen, we can put you in a ditch and feed you bread, and this is how you're going to live, or you could get on a ship and go be a slave. What do you think most people are going to pick?
Slaves,
Pick being a
probably.
slave.
I don't know
Pick
about
being,
you, but if you gave me that option, okay, I'll go work for somebody then. Do I get food? Yeah. Well, it's got to be better than here. So,
You do have a small percentage that you survive the journey, but yeah, let's take the odds.
but at the same time, can't you think of being a slave as a 24-hour job? You have a place to stay, you have food, you have everything. You're just treated like shit. Isn't that what most
you
people
treated
feel
like
like at
shit
work?
though? Are you
I don't
treated like?
know. I'm
No,
I
I'm
that's a
would.
going by
misconception.
what
I
history has
wish
told me.
cameras coexisted back then because I don't want to hear another story that someone wrote or I don't want to read a Bible about it. No, 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 no. I want to see a fucking video. Play it back for me, unbiased of what it was like. And I don't. All you're doing is taking what people tell you, whether it's good or bad, and just kind of painting a picture. No, I want to see it. Like
Never gonna happen.
visually watch it happen.
It'll never
There's
happen.
there's tales of both, right? Because some people
Sure,
claim that some they're almost going to be the ones that mistreated the slaves, and
sure.
most landowners who had slaves, it was a business, it was a stupid thing to
Right.
do to mistreat them, so you'd have to keep buying new ones. It was in your best interest to keep them as healthy as
And
was
let them
needed.
procreate. They used to let them procreate too, because I get some free slaves.
Free workers.
I mean, is it any different than a person having kids and letting them mow the lawn?
Right. No, you're absolutely right though. I mean,
I think it's called return of investment.
ROI.
why?
ROI. It's not that. It's not that different.
No.
It's not.
And then it also comes back to like if you take this into account, like stories that brought up or are told again or remembered about the time slavery was a thing, are you gonna remember the good ones or are the bad ones gonna stick out?
Right. The
It's
bad
the
ones
same
always
with reviews, right? You go look for the bad ones. You don't go looking for the good ones. You want to read the bad ones.
You know, I heard a saying. I heard a saying yesterday in a show me and Bree were watching. It's an old saying. I don't know if you guys ever heard it, but to the victor goes the spoils.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that means, right? So the person that wins gets all the good stuff.
Right. That's why history is written by the winners, not by the losers.
The version of the winners, to be more exact, the version of the winners gets written down.
Well, it's funny you say
Well,
that because there was a war between Iraq and Iran. Iraq-Iran war. Those two countries went to war. When you read or watch anything on this, there is no winner. When I tell you I don't know what you want to look at. You want to look at deaths? You want to look at money? There is no winner to that war. None. This is well documented. There's no winner.
so they just called it quits. They just left it alone.
We just all right.
Okay.
Got bored.
You had your shot. I had mine. We both failed. Let's leave it alone.
I mean,
Right?
I mean, you can look it up. I can't make this shit up. Like there is no winner. It's just I'm sure this has happened multiple times, but that one sticks out the most to me because it's like Iraq says they won, Iran says they won.
See,
There's no
but
clear
then
cut one.
are they teaching the same? Are they teaching the same origin for the war in
It's the
both
same
countries?
stats on both sides, what's taught. I guess it's just how you look at it. Perception.
So they're
Well-
both winners.
So you bring up perception, right? Okay, so how about this? You're saying that we don't know how black people were treated back then, right? But there had to be a reason for Abraham Lincoln to say, I'm going to free the slaves, right? There has to be a reason as to why he wanted to do that, or why everyone wanted him to go do that. Because obviously these people were being mistreated. That's why they wanted to free all the slaves. You don't just come out of nowhere and be like, you know what? I think we should free dogs. There's nobody can own a dog anymore. Dogs can free roam around the world.
I
There
think
had to be a reason.
because they were humans, right? And he just saw the idea of using a human like a tool.
But I'm being used as a tool at work every day. No?
No, you get
Yeah, but you have
compensated.
certain rights. You still have certain rights. Inherently, a slave is owned by another person and has no rights of its own, or his own,
Right.
or her own, whatever
Right.
you want.
And if you don't like your job, Spade, you can quit and get another one. If you
That's-
don't like working at the fields, well, you're gonna disappear, probably.
True. So, but you start giving slaves rights. Obviously, this is no longer a topic, but just going back to it, you start giving slaves rights, well, then they're not going to want to work. Right? Now we have a problem. We have all this work that needs to be done, and, well, I'm not going to do it. Well, I can't do it. One person can't do it. You didn't have the machinery you have today. You didn't have the technology. You didn't have, the manpower. So when people say that America was built on the backs of slaves, I think there is some truth to that. There absolutely is. Because without black people, America, I don't know if I want to say that it wouldn't be where it is today. Well,
If it wasn't them, it'd be something else.
yeah, look at the Chinese with Rockefeller. So,
Okay.
I
The
guess
train
that,
hasn't
that,
built
that when I
now.
said slaves, it doesn't mean black people. It could mean in
Right.
general, America was built on the backs of slaves. That would be Asians. That would be
Asian.
black people. That would be Indians. Even that would be everything across
Irish?
the board. Irish, sure, and I think there's a lot of truth to that. You'd be real hard pressed to prove otherwise. So
Well, why is it okay? But why is it then that it's only one nationality? If we're not going with race, that's complaining.
Because it was
look
the
at
biggest one.
that's an easy question. Look at all the other nations. Have they persevered? Let's look at Chinese. The Chinese with the railroad with Rockefeller. Has that country persevered?
Yeah.
I think that's a
Yes.
asked question. Yes. Look at the Jews. Have the Jews persevered? Well, I don't know if we really use Jews as slaves. I don't know enough of history.
I don't think the U.S. did.
No, I don't think so. Look at Mexicans. Have Mexican persevered? They're in this country now, all over the place, working, right? And they do fantastic work. They work their ass off. I don't think you could show me. If you took 100 Mexicans and 100 white people, I'd say 99 out of those 100 will work for $2, have no problem about it, do an amazing job. I think if you took that same 100 white people, comparing it against those Mexicans, 50% of them at least would want to get paid more to do what a Mexican would do for a fraction of that price.
I think it's more than 50. I want to say 80.
I'm just saying 50 to be generous.
I know.
Okay.
I know, but it's
That's called privilege. That's called entitlement. That's what that is. That's what it is. Those are facts. Whether that's ingrained in DNA, like we were talking about in the beginning, or if that's something that is just, well, that has to be what it is. It has to be taught that way.
But then again, the nations being successful has nothing to do with the population you have now in America, right? Because then we're talking about individuals or a group that's still complaining. But why aren't the Irish immigrants or slaves or the Chinese immigrants or slaves not complaining and demanding reparations as well?
Look at how
That's what I don't
are.
understand.
Those nations, those ancestors started their businesses. They moved on. Look at Jews and Hitler. I know you guys are going to say in Europe they haven't moved on, but in America they have. Okay, you don't hear a lot about it. So,
They now started to drive German vehicles.
right.
At
So
one
I mean,
point, I was younger, they weren't.
right. They've moved on. Again, when you're looking at Africa, of where those people came, what is the country they typically came from? Does anybody know? African slaves, black slaves. The country,
I
not the
think it was always
continent, the
taught as
country.
right. I think it was always taught as they came from the continent, not from a specific country.
All over the place.
Yeah, because Africa is pretty big.
Western Africa, part of became known as the Slave Coast, was Angola and nearby kingdoms, and later Central Africa became the source. What Angola? That's a country in Africa. It is.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess not. Yeah, it's that and Nambia is the Slave Coast. So I guess the argument could be said is look at Angola, okay, and look at America. Right? No one that is black wants to go back. You're not African American. You got to stop that shit because you've never been to Africa, right? You if you want to be if you like Africa so much, go back to it.
And that's exactly my point, Jay. The reparations are for the individual, not to restore the country.
I think if the argument is if reparations were a real thing and you have people that are still alive that were slaves,
Yeah.
fine. Yes. Okay. I'm going to give you this. Now, if you're in the bracket of the color of people or the race or ethnicity of somebody, you do not deserve that. Why? Because you did not suffer any of this.
Or your family.
And then it's
No.
profiteering.
Or your family. Now, if it's immediate family, meaning mother, father, brother, sister, immediate family is not grandparents, people. It's not. Okay? Immediate family, fine. Okay, you were raised this way, great. I do not think that if you are born in today's day and age, or you're even 30 years old, this does not apply to you. This is not something you
It
are
doesn't apply
entitled
to anybody. The way you defined it, it applies to no one because no one today has been alive to have been part of that situation. Nobody.
When
It's
did they
impossible.
stop? I always get this quote. When did they stop having slaves in the South? When? What is the year?
It was a few years after Abe Lincoln was president. That was it. I mean, could they have possibly had him illegally? Yes. But the whole idea was that was Lincoln freed everyone, and that was that. That was law. Hence the point of the Civil War.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
if it's passed by.
that's that. Okay, so yeah, it goes back to 1865, but that's legally. That's not what I'm asking.
Right. You're asking in general. I wouldn't know. I don't think anybody would know because there could be a possibility that the guy
How
down
many
the
years did it go on after 1865? How many years? 10 years? I don't know. 20 years? 30? Let's just say it ended in 1900.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nobody's alive. Nobody's
No.
alive from then.
Well,
So
some children
Maybe
could be
100.
alive of that immediate family, right? If you would have
yes,
old as shit.
they'd be on their deathbed. They'd be on their deathbed right now.
So would that grandmother or it would be the child of that slave get it? Yeah, but then the problem is you want everybody to get those reparations. No. Nope. Mm-mm. I don't agree. Sorry, not a fan. If people say that uh, we shouldn't be judged for who or what happened in our nation or who we are part of, let's just say I was Hitler's grandson. Should I be judged based off of my grandfather being Hitler?
No, but you will be.
Okay, so then we should give reparations.
Should we? Do
If
we
you're
have to?
saying if you're saying that I should be judged by who my past is, then
No, I'm not
you
saying no, I didn't say you should be judged. I'm saying you shouldn't be judged, but you will be judged because
and
that's
then
the
I'm
matter of
saying the
perception.
same people that are judging me are the same people that should be paying reparations. Because if you're saying that you're judging me based off of who I'm related to, then that's fine. Then old Jiminy Cricket over there in Alabama has got to get some money because his great grandfather was a slave.
So what of the white slaves?
What white slaves?
We're bound to be white slaves
You
of
gotta you gotta give
well,
me you gotta give me a nation. You gotta give me something.
well,
Irish.
Africa,
Irish
Africa.
to America? You
Irish
gave
came
them
to
new
America
fucking
on top.
potatoes. That's their reparations.
No, but
Ooh.
hold on. Didn't the Irish come to the States only to become law enforcement? That's why most law enforcement in the US
Not
are
all of them.
mostly
There is so much conspiracy about that Irish shit. Like you've seen the boats where they're packed in. There's been some of it is true, some of it is not true. Man, that has got to be one of the grayest parts of history. Bro, if you Google that, what you're gonna find is it's gonna come down to it's not true. That's what it's gonna come down to. Is it's falsified. That's what it comes down to.
But if that's a gray area, your 100% bet is Chinese.
That is documented. Like that well documented.
But
Rockefeller.
like you said, they aren't the ones that are vocally about it. They're not demanding anything. So
No,
could
they
it be
took over
because
the
they
world.
are?
They just took over the world.
But yeah, but you're talking about China. That isn't necessarily true. Like, okay, the way I see it is they both started from slavery, right? So you have African Americans and you have Asian people. Both of them were brought into your country as slaves. So their starting point is exactly the same. Yet the other one prospered regardless of being slaves, and the other didn't. So is that the problem of the race, or is
I
that the
think
problem of
problem is
mindset?
if you talk general public. Well, here's the answer to that question. If you took general public, as sad as this may be, there is truth in this. If you take a black 18-year-old and a Asian 18-year-old, just general consensus, who do you think is going to get the job first?
Asian.
Asian.
So it's harder for you as a black man to succeed in America. Now, it's the best country for you to succeed in. That is proven. Okay. We had a black president. So it is the best country for a black man to be in to succeed. However, I will say that it's going to be more difficult as someone who is of color to become more successful than someone that is not of color.
But what's behind that? I agree with you, but what's
They're
behind
past.
that? Because
They're
yeah,
past.
they're black, but it can't be solely based on racism or color, right? There has to be some kind of a reason why people go with, oh, yeah,
Look,
no.
when most white people drive into a bad area that's run down, I mean, like in America, I know you guys don't see this, but Spade, you're in a city. You've been to Newark. I'm sure you've been to Camden before they built it up. When you go to these areas, generally speaking, and this is not being racist, you generally do not feel safe. It I don't know how to explain it without sounding racist. It's just you
it's
see
broken
10,
down.
yeah, you see 10 people, you see all the houses ran down, 10 black people on the corner. you're gonna want to lock the door. Now I'll get out of the fucking car. I don't. When it's my time to go, it's my time to go. But generally speaking, there's even places where I'll drive downtown Newark, 2 o'clock in the morning. My windows better be fucking tinted because whether or not it will happen, you automatically think you don't want to be white here. It's just the. And how do you fix that? Shit.
I also think, Jay, that I think that in today's day and age, I don't feel like people are as scared as that anymore. Like, okay, so you're saying, like, years ago when you were over there, you were in a shady neighborhood, you'd be like, okay, lock your doors, blah blah blah. Today, though, it's been so mixed up, and with everything going on in the news and whatnot, I feel like people are not as scared. That's why in Brooklyn, right? In Brooklyn, all these ghetto neighborhoods are now being
Built
gentrified.
up.
Okay, so I feel like now they're coexisting. I think the people, the gangs, and everything that were there are just like, whatever. We can't. I give up. There's now they're overpowering us. Now there's more of them here than there are of us, and I see it firsthand. I seen it firsthand.
I mean, even when you look at black people, the fathers, they have the highest rate of leaving the family. These are numbers that you'd be real. You can't argue numbers, and I don't know why that is. I would assume it's in their DNA. I don't know. I don't have the answer to that, and I don't feel bad for them. I feel bad for a kid that's born into it and has no other choice but the choice of crime to succeed because of who his parents are or what he's brought up around. I do feel bad for that. Am I going to help them? No. But you're
I
born
also
into
feel
a situation that is unfixable.
I also feel it's like a thing that people's minds go to. Let's say, for instance, a Chinese person. Oh, they're going to be diligent. They're going to be hard workers. They're going to be honest to a fault. They're going to be, and when they see black people, it's more of, oh, laziness, laid back, non-dependable. I think more. I really believe that most people go that route instead of, oh, a gangster,
I agree. I agree.
probably gangster as well,
And
but
one could use the argument is because, but if you look at black and white, no pun intended. If you look at black and white, slaves were great workers. So on paper, you would think that they'd be the most dependable out of all, right?
yeah.
Because you worked for bare nothing and did insurmountable amount of work.
But then it was either work or die.
Right. I wanted to say that. Yeah, I was trying to find the right way to say it.
And back then, like you just said, people would get like slaves and then maybe set them up together so you have more of them. Then it would still be a nuclear family. I think that's a big issue that people seem to look past it. A good, solid foundation where a kid can grow up in solves a lot of your issues.
Okay. Oh, like the thing that I was talking about before, the perfect example is Stan. Stan lives 25 years ago. If you were in that neighborhood by yourself, you would get jumped. Okay? You would. He lives in Coney Island. He lives in a primarily ghetto area, right? But what, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, they started building high rises over there. And now you have all these other people that are coming into the neighborhood. So now the whole neighborhood has been gentrified.
Well,
Stan's not afraid to walk down the street by himself anymore.
right. I mean, it's the same thing with Camden. Camden, at one point in the 90s, they would take refrigerators, fill them up with gasoline, and dump them off for churches. That's what
No,
Camden used to like. It was bad, bro, for New
that
York.
sounds like a party.
Yeah, well, no, it wasn't a party if you were a white person because you're in that fridge with that gas.
Whoa. Okay.
But
Never
it got
mind
to a
that.
point where the white man came in and said, or businesses came in and said, that's the white man, would come in and say, let's build this shit up. Let's get the crime out. Let's build it up. But then what do? you take all that crime that's there and then push them into low-income housing, and now you condense all of what you have in a broader region to a smaller bracket where cops don't even want to go, because now all the black people from that big town of Camden is in whatever, Browns Mills, or whatever. You're taking them and putting them in a very, you're making it even worse now in that smaller.
Closed off.
Yeah, and that's why they try to build low income housing and nicer areas.
And lives down the block from the
They're
PJs.
trying to do that in Palm Coast. That's all
Yeah.
white people here. They're trying to build low income, and all the old people here, the same people that don't want you to fucking put a boat in your driveway, are like, we're not putting that shit in this town. Sorry. They gave them permits at first, and they said, nah, we've taken a poll. You can't come here.
We don't want you.
So all the contractors are like, bro, we had a deal. I don't know what to tell you. You're not building here. We paid, though. I get that. But it's not going to happen, and we're not going to refund you. So find something else.
Here it's kind of a tactic on how they take over entire neighborhoods. First, there's a few.
But it's-
Then the prices of the houses go down. Nobody wants to live there anymore. They make a lot of noise. And they drive everybody out, and they drive down the price.
Moroccans? You're talking about Moroccans?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, we don't have that experience here in America. We don't, that's.
Well, we don't have that in the sense because me and you both grew up in cities. I'm pretty sure if you go to a town in Arkansas, things like that might be happening. Because
Well, I mean, I could kind of relate. I mean, Edison, New Jersey was all Orientals. You would go through Edison, and when I'm saying Oriental, I'm talking Korean, not even Asia, Orientals. I know people find that racist for whatever fucking reason. It's not racist. It's Oriental Asian. I don't know what the fuck you want. So you had a lot of Chinese, and they would have Chinese computer stores, Chinese tech, all over the place. And you'll still go to Edison and still find the strip mall I was in was all Asian. I was all Asian there, all Korean. But now if you go to the next street over, it's all Chinese. And then when you go up north, it's Indian Asian, like dot, not the feather. So, but what happened in Edison is true story. So in India, they have all these places to where you can go in America. This is why it bothers me about you trying to come here, John. You have such a hard problem with this. But they have these things in India where you could say these are towns where there's lots of Indians. This is true. I knew this from my neighbor. So he showed me the Indian website and showed that where I was at, I was in the townhouse department, but right across the street was apartments, and it was called Oxford Arms. On an Indian website in India, they say that there's a congregation of Indians, that are at Oxford Arms. So they're promoting American business in India to where more Indians can go. What does that do? Brings up Indians. And they're all coming. They all know each other because they lived across the hut from one another. Or whatever the fuck. India's all ran down. It's impoverished. You can get your hair cut for 32 cents. It's a impoverished country, right? It's overpopulated. It smells terrible. And the people all bob their head like they have water in their ears. Anyway, they do this shit. I don't know why. It's like they all broke their fucking necks as babies. So they're all just... You saying yes or no? I don't know. It's not racist. It's just facts. But when you look, and they're very passive people, but they're all over the place. And that's what Edison has become, is an Indian hub of Indians. So you see that big, but that's not ghetto. They're coming here to work. They're coming here to make money. They take the money, and then they go back to their country. 2-3 years later, they're out. Now they've
Well,
like
they also do it for them for necessity, because it's like
sure,
you're going to go to a neighborhood where you can speak the same language. Like I could walk into a store,
right.
and if I am Indian, I can speak that language with the other person.
Right,
So
but
it
if you're
makes me
coming to a
comfortable.
country, you better learn that fucking language.
No, I do.
Okay?
I 100% agree with you. I
Yeah,
agree with you
like
on
if
that.
I'm gonna go move to Greece, I'm gonna speak Greek. I'm not
Right,
gonna speak English.
right. Like my
That
dad,
is so fucking rude to me.
I agree. When my dad came over here, he learned English, he learned Spanish, and he knows Greek, right? So he was speaking three different languages.
Easy,
So
easy.
and he became, within 10 years of being here, he became a citizen. Like,
Sure,
and so did my mother. So did
sure.
my grandparents. My grandparents don't need to become, citizens, but they became citizens because they lived here for such a long time. My grandparents came here in 78. They've been here since that time, and 10 or 12 years later after that, they became citizens. They didn't need to become citizens, but they came to this country so they could work, because when they were over there, they were just farmers and they didn't want to live that life anymore. So they came over here to prosper, to be better.
Good, good.
And they
Right,
did
but
they did
they
the
you
right thing.
come here, and that's even Spanish people, Mexican. They come here and they speak the language, bro. It's English. That's the native language. Stop speaking your bullshit. I don't know what the fuck you're saying. That's why I refuse to speak Hungarian. Like, I'm in America. Speak English. That's it. If I go to Belgium, I'm learning Yiddish or whatever the fuck they speak.
But that's the respectful thing to do, right? That's the respectful thing to do. Is you're going to another country, you're going to try and speak their language.
Especially if you want to stay. Especially if you want to stay.
Right.
Like, regardless, if Jay would just come here as a vacation, everyone
That's
here talks somewhat.
Right.
So
Yeah, but I
you
would
would get
still
along.
try to bring a tourist book and learn some normal shit you would say to somebody.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to be like, you speak English? I would do that if you don't understand what I'm trying to say in Finnish or whatever. What do you
But that's
speak
the
again?
thing.
Flemish. Such a stupid fucking word. You know what phlegm is in America? You know what it is?
Yes.
Yeah, so phlegm is the shit you get in your throat when you wake up from smoking too many cigarettes the night before. You went out drinking with your girlfriend, got your dick sucked. What she gets in the back of her throat, she snowballed you, and now you got your jizz in the back of the throat. That's phlegm. So when you said you speak Flemish, it makes me think that you have to cough up some snots and blow it out of your mouth.
You've heard me speak Flemish. It kind of sounds like that, so it makes sense. It sounds like I have phlegm in the back of my mouth, and I'm trying to pronounce words.
So
But
that's
then
how it
again,
got.
if I'm, this is what I don't get. Like, you were talking about the Indians, right? Since I don't like Belgium, so I want to get out. But then in the back of my mind, I wouldn't go looking like, where's the most amount of Belgians in the US, so I could spend time with them.
Yeah. It's
But
a good
see, it
argument.
all depends on your situation, Jorn. You're leaving Belgium because you don't like the Belgians, right? As being a Belgian yourself, you don't like them and you don't want to do anything with them. There are people who leave their countries not because they don't like the people there. They leave because of economic reasons.
Well, it's not about the people, you know that. It's not specifically. I generally think this country is going nowhere. So it's same mindset as India. Like, it's not going to improve. It's only going to get worse. So same mindset, not as bad as India. We're getting
Right.
closer. That's why I want to move.
Well, I think the reason for that is the reason why most countries speak English is because the biggest empire was British.
English.
I mean, so you could thank history for that. That's just demographic reasons right there.
Well, is it the reason, or is it because most of them came from Europe?
We've been through this. You know, the country that speaks the most amount of English. Do you know what country per population speaks the best English and the most? You think America, right? It's not America. It's China.
Well, that's because they have more people there.
That's fine, but there's more people there that speak English than the people that speak English here.
Here, that's insane.
That's a fucking problem.
What do you got? What, 140 million, 145 million people in the U.S.?
No, three
No,
times.
not
375?
oh, 375. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And China has what, 2 billion people in there? That
close.
makes a lot of
It's a
sense.
necessity, right?
Yeah, but
It's a
India is
necessity.
catching up to China, boy. When you look at those world counts, for every one Chinese born, there's 2 Indians. They are catching up. It's going to take a minute. I mean, it's going to take a minute, but they are going to catch. But India will never, ever be a world power. Nope. You are way too passive as people, and nobody would know what you're saying. At like a world, you doing this shit. What is he? Is he saying yes or no? I don't. What is
Maybe.
this?
No, no, no,
Maybe.
no, no, no.
No, you think I make it up? Like this is real. And he look.
Oh, I got something. Oh. I got
Just put on one of
something
those.
extremely racist. I'm gonna keep it to myself.
No, what do you got? Go. What do you got?
Okay, he's probably dodging the sniper.
He's good. You good, bro? You can't get a headshot on me. Not today.
So now it's just
Hey.
PTSD, right? He just does it all the time.
It's in their
He wants
DNA
it.
now. Now it's
It's
dude,
trying
I've
to
never
survive.
met an Indian, and I lived in like the Indian capital of New Jersey. I've never met an Indian that when you talk to does not do this. You go to the bank, go to McDonald's. Are you taking my order? Yeah. All right, I got nothing. You end up with like a small fry, and I ordered a Big Mac. So Bree sent me this video. We'll change topics. So Bree sent me this video. I have not watched it, but I feel like this is going to be extremely controversial. And this is on YouTube. So I'm playing a YouTube video on a YouTube video. Just going to put that out there. Let's watch this together, shall we? Let's. This is... I hate the fucking title of this already, but let's go for it.
Oh no.
Is Fred a she or a he?
Oh, gee.
I don't know. They're just afraid.
Hi, I'm Nadine, a sex educator.
And I'm Eva, a sex researcher.
I use the pronouns she and her because I'm a woman, and when I was your age, I used to be a girl.
Gender is how you feel on the inside about whether you're a boy or a girl, a man or a woman. If you're non-binary, feel like neither or both. People can also be fluid, feel more like female, more like male, based on a different day or time. It's really individual.
Absolutely.
Everyone born with a vulva is a girl. True or false?
Or identifies as a girl. Well, not everybody is sure, and that makes sense. But our genitals actually don't determine our gender. So some people born with vulvas can be boys.
Really? No. Telling you, we're fucked as a race.
So let me get this right. A fucking cow. First off,
Talks.
speak and can speak. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's jump in.
How else are you going to captivate the 3 to 5 year olds, right?
What? Are you serious? That's how you're going to captivate 3 to 5 year olds? There's better ways of doing that.
Of course. So wrong on so many levels that it's not even funny anymore.
Now they're literally pushing it down your throat. If you're going to watch a cartoon like that, that's like
Your gender does not determine what your genitals are. Really.
I don't have a vulva.
Okay, first off, your vulva is not a genital. All right, let's just get that out
Regardless.
right now.
I think I just had a revelation.
My name is Fred now. I'm a Fred.
No,
My name's
I'm not Fred. I'm going full Christian, and I say, bring on the waves. Let's do the art thing again. Let's bring it.
Oh, you're converting from black hole to Christian.
Yep, and bring
Well, I
on the
don't
waves.
think you're
I
that
gotta-
far off. You're saying amen with me downstairs so you're not that far off. But Okay, what? Like, I don't even know where we begin with this. So the cow was born. What did you get out of that? The cow was born what? A male?
Female.
Okay, but it wants to be called
It's a
Fred.
granddaughter. But
Yeah.
but wants to be Fred and is non-binary.
So it's a transgender, non-binary cow.
Talking cow.
Oh God, bro.
Well, it's a cow. All cows are female, no? Bulls are male, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
No, we just learned in the video your
Apparently not. Yeah, apparently not.
appendages.
First off, if this
doesn't
really
mean-
happens, fuck human race. We're in trouble with food, right? Because now our cows that we're creating milk before now want to be beef. We don't have any dairy. We're gonna have a whole bunch of problems that all of our cows.
my old. I'm not
It's
gonna
actually
get a cheese sandwich anymore.
No more
It's
fucking
done.
cheese sandwich from you, bro. All the goats
Well,
are now all
no.
males.
No,
We
no.
are in trouble. Someone's got to
Okay.
fix these animals.
They're gonna make
actually
the
worse when the
bulls that
bulls
are
start giving milk, right?
trans make cheese. The bulls with semen will be making cheese.
What the fuck is going on? Like,
But that's not called grooming.
Of course it's called
definitely
grooming.
is.
Stop it. That's grooming at 110%. Stop it. Stop your sarcastic comments. That's bullshit.
Regardless how I feel about the general idea, it angers me so much that they're doing it to kids. If you want to do it at a later age and you want to make it discussable, I'm all for it. I truly am. You're not bothering me unless you're putting in laws that I have to do this and this and use your rules and pronouns, or I'm going to go to jail or get fined. That's all excessive to me, but to put this in a children's cartoon,
That's far. It's too far. It's
that's
too far.
definitely crossing some lines in my book.
Some
At the age of 18, if you want to turn around and say, hey, I'm not a he, I'm a she, or vice versa, whatever, do you.
You're not
Be happy
fully
about it.
developed yet. You can't make life-changing
Exactly. Decisions.
decisions
That's a
when you're
decision.
4 or 5.
Correct.
If that would be the case, I would be a cowboy astronaut by now. I mean,
Nice. With a lasso or no lasso?
oh, definitely. And a mechanical horse.
Is the horse male or female?
doesn't know it.
It's gender fluid. It doesn't have a.
It could be anything.
It's all and nothing at the same time. And it's black and white. So you can.
Weren't they working on a new bill against this kind of stuff with children?
Really?
Yeah, I think they
Yeah.
were working.
Well, they should. Look, I understand teaching kids that some parents are gay, so you'll have two fathers and two mothers. Like, I kind of get them mentioning it, so that way there's the potential of not being bullying from other children. I get it. I understand it. But at the same time, though, you don't need to go in depth.
Okay.
You don't.
Okay, that's true. That's true, Spade. But a cartoon is watched probably by millions. Do you need to
Correct.
address something that only occurs X amount of percent on a world population? I think the number is 1.8. No, yeah, 1.8 or 2% of the world population. That's not a lot. You're better off showing kids like, here's a person with an amputee and telling them that that is normal, and teaching about those things in the world because they're more in numbers, and you should teach them about that. Not sexual orientation at a young age, or even
Agree.
reassigning a gender. That's not
Yeah, totally.
what? No.
Totally. I agree. It's too much. And look, realistically, though, a kid is going to school to learn math, history, things like that.
The basics.
The basics. You want to give the kid basics and say, hey, listen, some kids will have two mothers, two fathers. That's perfectly fine. Give them the basics. The basics. We don't need cartoons like this. You don't, and especially at 5 years old. Teach it to a kid that's 10 years old.
Not even
Okay,
that.
tell them that.
Like what happened with basic morals into a cartoon.
No.
This has nothing to do with anything.
Not even
I mean,
10-year-olds.
sharing is caring is a better value than this. And
This-
put that
this
in a
should not
cartoon.
have- This should not
110%.
have a place in school. Point. This should not. A school should not be for A, religion, B, wokeness, and C, whatever they're teaching the transgender. That has nothing to do with learning. Nothing.
Nope.
That's about people's feeling some way, and you having to conform to whatever they want. That's not something they should be teaching in school. Math, science, physics, history, language. Those are things that should be taught in a school. Nothing else.
Mhm.
Well, I could see at a certain age, Matthew, that they would kind of explain it so you can at
Grasp the
least
concept.
grasp it, and explain the world. I get
Right.
that, but there's a difference between naming it, just showing it off, and then kind of promoting it,
This-
which I feel this
this is
cartoon is doing.
This is not explaining anymore. This is indoctrination.
No, this is promoting. This is indoctrinating 100%, 100%. And not subtle, by the way. Like, on the nose. Like, you could at least make it less obvious. But then again,
So we're giving them choices of, oh, they're 5 or 6 years old or 10 years old and they want a sex change, but they don't get the chance or the same amount of say when we force them to have a boy that thinks he's a girl in the same locker room of 10 or 12-year-olds, right? So
Right.
how does that work, actually?
I have a weird view on this one. Because in that, okay, this is gonna sound weird, but I'm gonna ask the question anyway.
Wait, I want to play something for you. I was looking for this. I thought there was a different part in this that I wanted you guys to see, but it's not. It's just funny, and I want you to see it because I think it's cute. Hold on. How am I gonna open this? Oh, here we go. So let me play this. Give me 1 second. It's gonna change the topic, but I don't mean it to be. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm just gonna play it through here. Hopefully it works. Give me a second. Okay, do you see the topic? Do you see that thing?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm just gonna play this for you.
Back, baby. This is English is a stupid language part 4. If you educate, you're an educationalist. But if you rap, are you a rapist? Tear and tear are pronounced the same. But tear and tear are pronounced differently. If masculine pronouns are he, his, and him, why isn't the feminine pronouns she, shiz, and shim? If reincarnation existed, we should change RIP to BRB. We call it almond milk because we can't say nut juice. Jail and prison mean the same thing. But jailer and prisoner are complete opposites. Every sea in the Pacific Ocean is pronounced differently. Why? Heck, they want to mess with you. Why do we call it newsprint when it contains no printing, but when we do print on it, it's called a newspaper? We pack suits in garment bags, and garment bags in suitcases. Silverware and glasses can be made of plastic. Daydreaming can take place at night, and you're not even dreaming. People from Poland are called Poles. Why isn't the people from Holland called holes? If horrific means to make horrible, why doesn't terrific means to make terrible? Your fingers have fingertips, but your toes don't have toe tips. But you can tiptoe, and you can't tip finger. And we're back, baby. This is English is a stupid language part 4. If you educate, you're an educator.
He's right though. It's the same concept. The same park driveway, and you drive in a park. It's the same concept. So many of those.
I'm sorry, I just think that's fucking hilarious because I thought he did the they them thing, but you know, people going back to the non-binary thing. When you say they and them, that is plural for more than one person. So if you're like, go grab them, it's not referring to one person, it's referring to multiple. So the people that are non-binary and they want to be considered they, them, are they saying that they are two? They are more than one binary?
Well, because the way they see it is, I feel like let's say I feel like a woman, but I am built like a man. So it's like two people. So there's them, right? Does that make sense? Or if you're a woman and
No.
you have a female body, but you feel like a man, so that's them. So it's like more than one because you're technically like two
But
people.
But I
why
don't think
are
that, I think they're saying,
non-binary then? Because binary is either 0 or 1. It's one or the other. So they should be called both binary or something, not non-binary.
Well, they're saying that they're not any of those two because
well, then
binary would
if
be
you were to have sex, would you get pregnant or get someone pregnant?
Both.
them.
I have no idea anymore.
All right,
man.
so go ahead, continue. Did you lose your train of thought of what you guys were talking about?
We were talking about the video that you played.
Yeah. About the kids getting groomed.
Yeah.
You think that that's grooming?
Yeah,
I think so.
that's worse
Oh,
than
yeah.
grooming. Like I said,
Oh,
it's all
the
about
point I was talking about, we split it up. Like if you remove sex out of the equation, right? Because you were talking about changing rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it weird that you have excessive amount of violence in movies and sex scenes get you a higher rating? Like if you think about it, male and female is not real. Like you make it sexy, right? But if you put kids together in one giant locker room, there isn't going to be sex involved because they don't think about it yet. So it should be normal to have them
It's
undress
funny you
and
say that
dress.
because you could watch a movie. I don't know if you've ever seen Porky's or that's kind of a bad example, but not another teen movie. So in that movie that was done in the 2000s,
Early 2000s?
so you have it where the kids are in the locker room and in the next locker room is girls, right? And it's always all of us are men here. As kids, if you had a female locker room, you'd want to look in and see some tits and ass. And for whatever reason, you thought they'd be kissing or fucking. I don't know why. It's just
Or
what
at
our
least
mind,
the pillow fight.
right? It was just it's how our minds worked, right? But now, if you were to do that, I feel like those kids would be charged with sexual harassment or some crime of sorts. But that is a natural thing for boys to do. It is
Curiosity.
right, but I think at today's day and age, is you can't do that. That wouldn't be in a movie today unless it was parody or comedic in a sense. Obviously, you're going to do it's going to be comedic, but it's playing based off of truth. You know,
Well, that's what all comedy is, right? All comedy comes from the basis of truth. It's just fun to make it sound funnier. That's what it is. Look at all
I
the great
saw
comics. They take the truth and they spin it to
recently
make it funny.
in the States, there's a dad who was accused of being a domestic terrorist because of him going head to head with a school board because his 15-year-old daughter was hippoed in the locker room by a boy who claimed to be
oh man,
a woman. And the dad paid the price because he went head to head with the school board, and it ended up him being labeled
but
as
how
a
though? If it okay, I have so many questions about that story. So the girl was hippoed and she was also underage, right? So they're both underage. What happened to the hippoer? Nothing.
school wanted to because it wasn't in line
This
with their
was in the
policy.
States
And
or this was in Europe somewhere?
I think States. The video I saw was American English, so
But the schools have no jurisdiction over something like that. The police were if
Oh,
the
yes.
police were involved,
yeah. I'm
Right?
not saying the school board did it, but it was because he wouldn't let it go, and he went head to head with the school board and the
Saying
school.
you shouldn't allow
And
transgender in the, and I think that's the fear that a lot of people have with transgenders, right? You don't want a grown ass. Here, let's spin this. I know we always talk about transgenders. I don't know. I feel like we have an infatuation with them. It's just such a huge topic. But so let's just say you have a child. You have a little girl. beautiful little girl. I mean, knockout. Beautiful girl. She's going to be sexy when she gets older. She's 15. She's in a school where the transgenders can use both bathrooms. Whatever you dress up like today, you can use this bathroom. And you have a teacher. The teacher is a man that's trying to be a woman, so a transgender woman.
Okay.
Using the hippo argument, what do? That's a teacher. That's someone to teach. So it goes into the bathroom and hippos. Now what?
Oh, the teacher hippo the kid.
Yeah, now what?
I'm going to jail.
Jail, my friend. Yeah.
I'm coming with you. Give me a couple hours. I'll get on a plane. We'll go to Belgium and we'll see what happens. I'm not. Gotta be careful. I'm not calling the cops. I mean, you do what you. I tell you what. Let me show up first, and then we'll decide what we're gonna do legally.
Legally, I'm
Let's
just
think
going
the
to
pros
school.
and cons.
So my niece Carissa had a teacher that was, I want to say non-binary, and the name that they had to go by was weird. It wasn't Mr. or Mrs. or it was like Zeta or Zeta. So whatever 9 binaries go by. So if it's they and them, whatever that's referring to them. So male is Mr. or Mr. Woman is Ms., Mrs., whatever, mistress. But non-binaries have a thing too. So I guess teachers, but I feel like that type of teacher is going to try to push that agenda on to children because that's why you get them, right? You get them when they're young and you teach them. You teach them what you want them to know. And as a teacher that spends, 8 hours with a child, I'm going to try to sink as much shit in and hopefully they know about it,
It's pronounced mix and it's MIX. It's
That's
pronounced
it.
just like
That's
the
it.
word but it's spelled MX.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Something weird. Yeah.
I for some reason,
no
feel
offense,
like the
you
new
shouldn't be allowed to teach. If I was the principal,
No,
I
I
feel
agree.
like I'm gonna get suspended as a principal because I'm gonna be like, you can't. I'm sorry. You know what you might be able to teach? Shapes. That's what you. No, don't do that because you're gonna be like, triangle is a vagina. Nope. Stop. We're out. You could teach. You know what you could do? You could serve food. You could be the lunch lady or lunch mix, whatever. That's your job.
Yeah, but if they find some kind of chemical and they put it into the food and now we're all trans, no, I want to risk it. I don't want to risk it.
Go back to the way things were, man. Guy and female. Like, just go back to what it was.
Could you imagine 30, 40 years ago, you're having a teacher that was gay or openly gay and telling
look
people...
at what happened to the gays. If you go back, you see an Imitation Game. If not, whatever, fine. The gays, even in America, it was just, it was illegal. I don't know, maybe not illegal, but, well, I know in UK it was illegal. Because you're not of normal, right? Could you imagine if coming out as a transgender, you get locked up? Bet you a lot of people be staying in that closet, boy. Ain't nobody coming out of that closet.
I think that could be the problem.
There's no repercussions?
No, not about the repercussions, Jay. Is the gays and the lesbians only fought for acceptance.
Right.
And this group is actually trying to promote it as the new normal. And that's the biggest problem with it.
Yeah. I can't see a gay teacher.
You should not. I don't know who the fuck is in charge of that school where they were teaching those kids vulva and being. I don't know. I want to know what school that's in. Because if you're teaching kids that, so you're changing the anatomy right now. You're just winging it and saying that just because you have a vagina, it does not make you a girl.
The thing is, I don't know how it works in the States for schools. I think this could be the same thing that's happening for me. Is probably a lot of parents will pull their kids from public school and put them in a Catholic school again.
Well, you look at
because
Florida.
I'm pretty sure.
You look at Florida. DeSantis was like, "Look, you're not going to teach that shit in this school. I'm sorry. In this state, it's not going to fucking happen. You could stop this right now because we're done." Obviously, schools didn't like that shit. I don't care what you like. I'm the leader of this state, and this is what's going to happen. That's it. The conversation's over. You can veto it, but they all stand by me. So you want to try to get your lawyers involved, class action, that's fine. You're not going to win, but okay.
To be honest, what do you expect? We're talking about people that believe that a male can get pregnant.
It's not possible.
Look, you want to dress up like a woman? Fine. You want to be a woman?
Yeah.
Fine.
Okay.
You do whatever you want to do.
But you're never gonna be a woman.
Don't make other people believe what you believe. Or don't try. Now, if someone asks you about it and you want to educate, sure, as long as it's not a child. If it's a child, you say what our parents used to say to us. You're too young to understand this.
Right, that's it. Yes.
That's what our parents would say is when you get older, I'll explain it to you. And then that's
I
fine. Because their brain is, come on, Dad, tell me. Listen, son.
You're not ready for it. You're not ready for it.
I can't, we can't have this. The conversation is over right now. Fine, I'm going to ask my friends. Fine, you're not going to school anymore. You can play. I'll tell you what you can do. You can stay home and play PlayStation for the rest of your life until you're 18. And then I will literally avoid that conversation at all costs.
Cool.
I mean, that's why the stork story exists, right? And the birds and the bees.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, you didn't talk to your kid about sex. That's it. I mean, my parents didn't. You know, I just started fucking at 11. What do I stick my pee-pee in? You know,
3 options.
There was more than 3 for me. I ended up fucking a belly button and I came in it, but that's neither here nor there. She was a fatty. I didn't know where the fold was. It's okay. But your parents would tell you that, right? You're too young. I'll tell you when you get older, or you're too young to understand. That's the mindset that should be taught in school.
Yes.
I agree.
Yep.
100%. I agree.
There's no discussion. That's the end.
That's end of conversation. End of conversation. That's it. That's it. When you're old enough, I'll explain it to you. Done deal.
Yeah, you don't like that? Well, oh well.
Same thing with school. Same thing with school. If it's somebody at 7
School
years
should
old,
be teaching you essential shit: math, spelling.
Right.
I don't know about history. We got to be careful
science.
with history now, because now this is making history, and they teach modern history in school. So
why do you need to know about modern history? That's the question. You need to know what happened previously before you were born.
well, what do you do a cutoff? What do you say? 100 years ago, 60? What is the cutoff?
The problem is this shouldn't even be history worthy, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Common sense.
Okay. Regardless of
is
whether
a
or not,
man, a
see,
woman is a
stop
woman.
that. Stop that. You are now playing in the hands of the opposite of what you said. You said before, history is written by the winners. Who's winning right now?
Yeah, they're winning, right? Yeah, you're absolutely right. They're going to call it the gay uprising.
So
In the history book.
based off of what you said, that's why they should.
Yeah, but it's not
Right,
logic.
but things like that should not be
No matter
spoken
whether it's
about
logic.
until
The matter
years
is that this 50 years from now will be written in books. 100%.
Right.
100%.
But that's how it should be, right? That's how it should
agree.
be.
I
shouldn't
agree.
be teaching you modern history. What exactly is modern history? The last 10 years? The last 20 years?
I think it's the
Or
last
30
25 years. It's 25 years.
Okay, so the last 25 years. None of this shit was happening 25 years ago. It's happened 5 years ago, 10 years ago.
Well, hold on. Hold on. I fucked the dude, bro. Easy.
Yeah, I'm not.
and this
no,
is
no,
in
no.
1998. So
Right, but that's different. I'm
not
saying
really.
like yes, there is, because there's no.
Not really. It was
what I'm
balls
saying-
on balls. I mean,
what I what I'm saying is the whole gender thing, the they, them, it, whatever, everything like that. That should not be taught now. That should be taught in 20 years from now. Oh, back in the in the late 2000s, this happened and blah blah blah. Not now. You don't. When you went to school, look, example. When you went to school in the 1980s, right? You weren't taught about Madonna and her walking around with her pointy bra.
Right,
You weren't,
right.
right? So you were being taught what was happening in the 60s.
but times
50s, 40s.
change, though, Spade. We have to adapt to the times.
But that doesn't need to be adapted, though. You're talking about history. If I'm
You
talking
don't
history,
want it to adapt because it doesn't fit your agenda. You're no different than them.
No. But my
Okay.
agenda is I don't give
I
a
have
shit
a
what you
question.
do. That's my
I have
agenda.
One question. I have one question, and it comes down to significance. I mean, it's now legal in most states, probably, for gay men to marry and women to marry, right?
Also,
Right? All states. It comes down to, is that
Which
worthy
I don't
enough
agree
to
with.
end up?
I'm just going to put that out there. I don't agree with that.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I'm just going off even though we're not gay or not lesbian yet, is that significant enough to put in history books? If you look at world wars,
Yes.
creation of the really,
Yes,
why?
because you are breaking something out of a norm. You're taking
But
something.
it's so small.
It's not so small.
Not
That's
small.
fucking constitutional. That's
Huge.
pivotal. Marriage, as long as we've known it, right, is the not
Male,
the
female.
consummation, but a male and a female. As long as we've known it. Now we're changing it to where it's male on male, binary on non-binary, female to female. That's history, bro. Whether you like it or not, which I
No,
don't.
I'm just saying it
That needs
doesn't
to be
change
talked
the
about.
world as significant as all the other stuff that's happened in the world. To me, at least.
Oh, I think it's fucking. I mean, it's not war, but it's you're
pivotal to
changing a
society.
belief
History.
that's so broad to we're gonna let people make. When people say the government makes all the rules, makes all the control, they have the control. Really? Then why can male and female or male and male get married? You say government makes all the rules. When enough people stand up, well, looks like you do have the power.
Right.
Because people always complain, America, the government controls everything. You changed the government's laws. You did.
Mhm.
So sit the fuck down. Right. So I think that is. Do I think it should be taught? It's
And
gonna
that's the thing.
it's going to get to a point where it's just accepted and no one would ever know any better. It's like showing a kid a telephone. What do you do with this? Or a tape cassette. They put their fucking iPhone in it. Like, that's not how that works. But okay. I saw like a meme of a kid putting an iPhone. They thought it was a charger in an old 1999 Ford Tempo. He's like, I can't get... And I thought it was fake. Like, this is satirical, right? And he's like genuinely upset. Remember, leave Britney alone. Leave Britney alone. She's okay. This guy was genuinely upset. He put his iPhone into the tape cassette. Then they made memes after it. But I'm like, yo, he's crying. He thinks this is real. He thinks that there's a charger in his
they don't
phone
know
with
about
buttons. What did you think the buttons were for? Like, charge it for 10 minutes, 5 minutes?
It's to eject it.
That's what I'm saying. If you don't teach that,
you're not going to know. I agree with that.
But then again, it's old technology. You wouldn't find that anymore. You wouldn't come across again.
So don't learn about it?
Well, it's not in your... I mean, history, I think about
So
world
again,
events.
Listen to
World
what you're
events.
saying, Jordan. It doesn't apply. So it doesn't matter anymore.
Jordan, do you own a record
Because
player?
technology changes, but massive... I'm talking
Don't do
about...
genders.
massive world events.
Don't do
Yeah,
genders.
Apparently.
True, but...
You have to
world-
accept it. What are we gonna do, bro? Say we could take our own beliefs and say no, fuck that. Which I'm right there with you. But genders are changing, bro. We have to accept it. We could sit there and
True.
say, okay, well, it's still happening. So
You can't ignore it.
yeah, I mean, you
No,
can
but-
try to, but you
But
can't.
because you're not allowed to
I
ignore it, it's
disagree.
getting pushed in your
disagree
face
because
all the
genders
time.
are not changing. It's people's perception of what they want to be. It's changing. Or what they want other people to be. A gender is still male, female. That's never going to change.
Not going to deny that. And
But
I
the
don't think that they're
perception of
denying
male
that.
and female.
I don't think that they're denying that there's not two genders. I don't think that's the argument. It's just, what gender do I want to be?
Correct. That's exactly
They
what
still
it is.
believe that there's male and female. They're not, except for those non-binary people. I don't know what the fuck that is. But even transgenders, right, still believe in male, female. It's the non-binaries that are out in fucking left field. They're in a baseball game with a football bat, right? Like I don't even know what you're doing out there in the outfield.
I have a comparison that
Male
actually
wants to
works.
be right, because it's the male that wants to be female and the female that wants to be male.
Right, but
They're
that's
just
still a
swapping
gender.
what they're doing.
That's still
Correct,
a gender.
yeah. That's still two genders. They're
I
just
don't-
swapping the gender. That's why this whole thing
Spain,
is
I
happening.
don't know why we haven't seen this before. It's so obvious. It's kind of poking me in the face right now. The non-binaries are the bisexuals of the transgender community.
There you go. That makes sense. I agree.
That in theory that would work, like just in black and white, maybe. But what if non-binary people only want to be with non-binary people? Who's the male? Who's the female?
There is
None.
none. They're non-binary.
Well, there has to be. Well, unless you don't have sex, who does what?
We all do everything equally.
So you just built like a Barbie doll? You have no
Yeah.
slits, nothing. You're just a pee hole.
Instead of build a bear, build a doll. Pick
Build a
whatever.
bitch. Same acronym, same abbreviation. Build a bitch. Just because that's what you want to be.
No, because then people will be like, "That's a female."
Oh well, no. You can be a bitch as a grown ass man. Don't be a bitch, Spade. You can be a bitch. You can be a bitch. But come on now. Look, it's one thing with the transgender, fine, but you have nothing. You're not even teaching transgender in school. You're teaching non-binary now. So now they're shoving that down our fucking throats. Come on, man. So you have no gender at all? Nope. Okay.
I actually think the binary fluid is even worse because they can be one thing one moment.
Oh, I think that's fine.
nothing-
I think that's fine. You know
and
why?
then-
Because you're still male or female. You can pick.
No,
Fine. You're a dolphin. You're an earthworm.
They pick all three, so they can be female one moment,
Sure.
nothing
No.
moment, and
No. No. Binary fluid means either male or female. Non-binary fluid would be male, female, nothing. But
nothing. Yeah.
so being non-binary, if you're teaching that and that's the next level we go, I think even transgenders don't like non-binary because you're saying you are nothing. Come on, bro. Nothing? When you piss, what do? Stand up or sit? Neither. Well, what do? I do a
Magically
headstand.
disappears.
You do a headstand and piss in your mouth? Yes. Okay. I'll let you have that title. I want to see it. Show me a video.
That's hot.
Show me a video of you pissing upside down, and I will give you that label.
I'm
go
going to
in
agree
the
with
morning-
Jordan on this that non-binary are the bis of the world because the gays don't like bis because they're flipping on both sides, and non-binaries can flip whenever they
Indecisive.
want.
That's what they are.
No,
Indecisive.
non-binary is not. It's not picking what you are. Do you guys not understand what non-binary is?
Right? They're not picking what they are; they just make up whatever they want to be. That's the
That's
problem.
not fluid. No. You're
They're nothing.
Binary is nothing.
They're nothing.
no. It's
basically.
nothing. It's nothing. They're not male or female. They're somewhere in between.
Uh,
Like you're not the fluid part is where you change. Non-binary,
okay.
you're
Oh,
not a
fluid's
male
the
or
key
female.
word here.
What are you then? Well, can you name even an animal aside from an earthworm that can be both? I think it's just an earthworm, right? That's the only thing that
Yeah,
can
there's only
procreate
two
by
species.
itself.
Right, but those are asexual. That means that they could breed themselves.
Yeah, there's some sea
No,
snails
not
and
snake.
stuff like that who have the same thing.
And a seahorse or something.
Oh yeah, the seahorse. Yes, the seahorse starts. Doesn't the seahorse
But
start off
no,
as
Yeah,
a
no,
male?
tunicates, mollusks, and earthworms. Hermaphroditism is a normal condition, enabling a form of sexual reproduction in which either partner can act as female. Oh, so they can't procreate by themselves. They still need
Something
an
else.
opposite.
Something else. Yeah.
It's not always common in snails and slugs and mollusks, but it is in earthworms. So, like every earthworm that's born is either or, versus like scallops could be male, female, or that.
Right.
Okay, well, why not just identify as fucking earthworm Jim then?
That's it. That's it.
Species.
that's
Earthworm Jim.
you could Jim A. So you're male or female?
Non-binary trans species.
Nice. So
Bisexual.
when is it going to get acceptable
guys
to
laugh.
where isn't there, and I'm not trying to be funny, there are countries where bestiality is legal, right? I know that there's
Yes.
states where they're in gray areas, like, but there's countries where you could knock the boots with a goat.
Yep.
That's just weird.
Okay. Well,
You mean to tell me you suck at this, that you can't find a person of your opposite
I
sex?
saw a video.
You have to-
Hold on. I saw a video, and it's going to sound like I'm making a joke, and I promise you I'm not. I saw a video of a farmer that had a goat on a leash.
Oh boy.
And every day, he would go out and knock the boots with this goat on a leash for like 3 years. Eventually, this is a true story. Eventually, this guy went out. I guess this goat was in heat or something. And I guess it clenched up and it kicked the shit out of him. And then he died with his dick inside of this sheep goat thing. I feel like I can make a joke out of this, but I'm not going to because I find this baffling. This happened in Scotland. This is a real story. Why?
I got super emotional. That's a very sad story.
I mean, at 3 years, the sheep said, look, or goat, whatever the fuck it was. So, sheep. On the third year, it just said, not anymore. And he got stuck inside. It kicked the shit out of him.
Is there a chance in this scenario that without him knowing it, he actually cheated on the first one? She knew about it, and that
The goat never. Wait, are you being serious, Squishy, or are you being funny? Because there is videos of this, and it's so fascinating that this is a true story. You think it's a joke, but okay. Oh God, I don't even know if I want to go down this road.
Again, it goes to.
Is this okay? The question is this okay?
weirdly enough, wait, I'm being serious now. It's not hurting anyone, and if they're not pushing it on kids as a new normal,
It's an animal, though.
oh yeah,
but
and it's weird.
There's
I'm
some
not
people who argue
condemn
that
it,
the
but-
animal can have fun or have pleasure from it too. So you're not harming it.
I'm not saying that it should be cool. The thing is, well, at least he's not promoting it as a new normal, and he's forcing it on the rest of the world.
Well, look at it from the other perspective, right? What if he didn't do that, and he went around instead hippoing people. That alleviated him from hippoing people.
Yeah, yeah. But you also have
Okay, but it's an animal.
Correct. I disagree with it entirely. I'm just
yeah.
So why do these countries that have it legal not care? Is because they just believe it's just an animal. It's just
maybe it's their tradition.
Well, maybe it's more like back to the slaves. It's your property. You do whatever you want with the property.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's my property. I could do whatever I want with it, right? So if I want to,
I don't know about that. I don't know about that because then that applies to children. That does not work. That argument is not sound.
How do you mean, Jay?
It's my property. I'll do what I want. Your children are your property.
Yeah, they are until a certain age, right?
No.
But
no. His Spade's argument is I own that animal. I can do what I want with it. It's the same argument for a child then.
mm-hmm.
No. Wait, you're what? You're saying yes?
Who, me?
Yes.
Am I saying yes to what? That the child is their property? That they could do that to
What
their
the
child?
fuck?
No.
You said it's your property, right? The animal. You could do what
Right.
you want.
Correct.
I said no. That can't be true because of children. That's your property. You can't do what you want to it. Like that specifically.
Correct. That I will agree with you on that.
So if we have to go one round, we have to not be hypocritical and say we can't use the property argument.
No, the reason I see it because some
case.
countries, a child is a human being, and at the end of the day, a human being life is worth more than an animal.
Agree.
Right.
Agree. But
So
we're
maybe
saying
that's
it's
how they're
okay
treated.
for an animal?
No, I'm just
You
saying.
don't think that animal on that fucking leash was like, yo, this guy's coming out right now, sun's coming up. I got to get the fuck out of here. Like, this is... You don't think that... Let's just say it's the dumbest animal and it's a koala bear. First off, that's... Because those are soft as shit. But... let's go back on track.
Hey, buddy.
Such a stupid animal. Dumbest animal in the world. But don't you think that they would be like, what is happening? They have to have some type of intelligence of obviously it kicked the shit out of them, so it had enough. I'm done.
If the animal's
You
not
went a
in
little
heat or not in heat or not in the mood for pairing, it's still hippoing. No matter how you twist or turn it, right?
What is it? Dolphins are the ones that have sex outside of or any not porpoise. What is a dolphin? What family is it in?
Mammals. Isn't it a mammal?
No, killer whales. They all fall in the same. Like a killer whale is related to a dolphin. Okay, I'll look it up. Thanks. Oh wow, they did a hybrid of a killer whale and a dolphin. It's called the whalfin.
Oh.
It's called something.
Okay.
What is the family? Oceanic dolphins are part of the dolphin. That is the answer. They're both dolphins. So killer whale is a dolphin. Okay. So but they're the only animals that have intercourse without the need for reproduction, right? Like they just
Right. They do it just for fun.
and they also do
they
male,
also-
right?
They also hippo.
They also hippo.
Right.
Yeah.
So if the argument is that animals can't think for themselves and that oh god, this is a gray area.
Mm.
I'm not going to touch that. I'm not going to touch that because then that seems like I'm making it okay. I'm just saying that if you look at dolphins, they seem to be doing pretty fucking well in the ocean. I mean, sharks won't fuck with them. A killer whale, the apex predator, if you will, of oceans. I'm not going to touch that because it's going to sound like I'm making it okay for hippoing. But
That's the problem with the whole story, right? If Matthew's point was Well, it's still hip boy. Then why did the sheep or goat wait 3 years to kick in to death?
They finally got the courage.
Or maybe it just he put something on it to make it feel different. I don't know.
Like a ring, maybe?
Yeah, like a
Nope.
barbed wire. I don't know, something. Let me spice this up today. And sheep was
It
like,
was a
not
warm
today,
day.
bro. Not today. This shit has been crazy for 3 years, but I'm not letting this slide. I'm gonna kick back, literally.
It was a warm
Like
day.
an old
He was in a
motorcycle.
hurry.
Just not anymore, brother. We're done.
It was a warm day. He was in a hurry, and he forgot to go out with the rubber boots, so
He
we couldn't
forgot to
put the
pet it
legs in.
first. He forgot to give it a good petting. Good girl.
Not even a movie and a dinner first? What the?
Nope.
Yeah, and apparently the guy, single. It's like I want to show you guys so much on stream, but I can't. I have the video saved. It's probably that hard drive that I gave you. There, hold
Oh,
on.
la, la.
Let me go off topic real quick. There's a folder on there. You can either choose to ignore it or watch it on your free time. It's my escapades as a star, not
Ooh
a
la la.
star, but so if you don't mind seeing me that way, you might find.
I'm gonna be honest. There's a lot on there. I'm gonna finish Oz first. I'm gonna start watching Oz first, and we'll work our way through
Yeah,
it.
just if you find something that says my endeavors or
Is it subtitled?
there's not a lot of words. There's a lot of acting, but there's not a lot of words. So
Grunting.
like if you see me dressed up like a pizza delivery guy, it's probably not what you think it is. Now, I
Gonna
didn't
be
ever
very
work for
disappointed.
Domino's or Pizza Hut or Anthony's Brooklyn Pizza. It's not what you think it is. That's all I'm saying. So
I'm gonna probably send you a text after. Like, you do realize you never delivered the pizza, right? Like,
yeah, I delivered something else though. I delivered the sauce for the pizza. I thought about that the other day. I was looking at your box that you gave me of the hard drive. I was like, shit, I gave him the whole shit. Uh-oh. Well, just don't have it on autoplay if you got people over. Like, oh, we're going to watch. And then it opens up the next folder and you're like, oh, shit.
I know that guy.
I know him. I rubbed his fucking feet on his couch. I don't remember that part of him though, but I remember him. I know that face anywhere. Yeah, so that's on there.
That's plumbing. Huh?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's definitely on there. So whatever. Just letting you know. Just don't go deleting the whole shit. Save it for a rainy day, which is every day.
Yeah. Every day. You want to watch a movie?
Anyway, yeah, I don't think it's okay. I don't think it's okay for animals. I definitely don't think it's okay for. We were watching something on I think it's on HBO Max, which is now Max now.
Yeah.
I guess Warner Brothers bought out HBO.
No,
You have that
Warner
kind of
Brothers
fucking
bought out
money?
HBO years ago. Years ago. This was years ago.
Warner
Many,
Brothers
many
bought
years.
them out.
Yeah. Warner Brothers and HBO were together
How
for
much
years.
money you got?
No, it's a lot. It's
I
a
mean,
lot.
how much
And then
money you go buy HBO home box office?
Yes, they bought them years ago.
I'm
Warner
just
Brothers-
saying, how much money you got? Like what?
Oh, they got a lot. But then AT&T bought Warner Brothers, and AT&T bought Warner Brothers.
So why is it
and then-
called Max now?
Okay, so after AT&T wanted to sell Warner Brothers, they sold it off to Discovery. Well, actually, they didn't sell it
Oh,
off.
that's right. Discovery and HBO are together now.
Discovery and HBO became one, and Discovery, the CEO of Discovery, became the new CEO of the company.
Yeah, but
of
now
Warner
you
Discovery.
have. But now nobody knows who HBO is anymore. Well,
Thank you. I've been saying this.
We
Thank you.
know that, but
Yes.
what are you going to do with all your old shit where it has HBO in it front? You're going to cut that out?
No. The HBO is still there. No, hold on. The app itself is called Max. HBO programming is still there. It's just
No.
under a separate. Yes.
No. The
Yes,
new
I have it, I know.
series they come out with that is on Max right now just says Max on the front where it would say HBO.
Yes, but HBO still has their studios. It's still
Oh,
there.
sure. But now
Yes.
no one's going to know. Give it 30 years.
Oh, they're gonna forget about it.
That no one's going to know what HBO, one of the best fucking filmmakers ever,
Because-
you're just
right.
going to wipe it?
Eventually, what they're going to do is they're going to just make it all under one brand and forget
That's
about all
fucking
the other
stupid.
names.
That is fucking
Well-
stupid. Terrible brand recognition.
First of all, they should have never called the app to begin with HBO Max. They should have never called it that to begin with. That was a stupid name to begin with.
What do you think?
HBO
It's
had.
HBO?
It should have been just HBO.
Well, that's
Just HBO.
that's what the icon is.
Right, but that's what it should have been. It should have been just
Agreed.
HBO. When HBO first started streaming,
They did
had
it with
HBO
Cinemax.
Go.
That's why it's HBO
Yeah, but-
Max.
Right. No,
Yes.
they put Max just because. No. Hold on. When HBO first started streaming, they had HBO Go. They
Right.
had HBO. They had like 4 different apps to stream.
Stop. What? God, you are uneducated. You
Yes.
people from fucking New York are retarded. HBO Go was for people that had HBO at their house and they wanted to watch it on
Yes.
their phone.
And they also had an app for that.
Yes,
There was an app
but it
for
wasn't its
HBO
own
Go.
thing, though.
No. It was its own app.
Yes, for people that had HBO at house.
And then you also had HBO Max, and then you
Yes.
had HBO something else. There was 3 different apps.
I don't
They just
remember the
put
third
them
one.
all-
Okay.
Yes, they all
But that's
put them all
because
together and
Cinemax
coordinate
was
them.
selling their movies to HBO, so it was called HBO Max.
No, the reason why they called it Max is because they put everything together. They combined all of them into one app. That was the reason for calling it HBO Max, because it's the Max. We have all the Max shows in these. Everything is together in one app, not in 3 separate apps. Because if you had
you do a
HBO
movie
Go,
show?
Huh?
Don't you do a movie show?
that's what I'm telling you.
What? No, don't you do a movie show? Like, don't you have a YouTube thing?
Yeah. That's why I'm explaining to you what.
Sometimes I feel like I'm in a different stream.
Same.
If you two start communicating, it's some Spade is not picking it up.
No, you're not picking up anything of what I'm putting down, but it's okay. It's fine. Yes, Max. It shouldn't. First off, Discovery and HBO Max should not be called Max. It should be called
Thank you.
Discovery or something, or Discoverable. You know, like something
So-
that says this is Discovery.
Okay, so right, exactly. I agree.
It has
So
nothing
when
to
they
do with
merged-
Max. There's nothing
Correct.
at all. Cinemax, Hentax,
Nothing.
Hentai. It has
No.
nothing to do with any of that. Stop
When
this.
when HBO
then-
and Discovery.
I'm not done talking. Then you talked all this time about children and grooming. And then you gonna make it where I got all these fucking HBO Max shit on all of my Apple products, right? I can't even open the
Okay.
fucking app. It tells
You
me
gotta do-
it tells me you gotta go download Max now.
Yep.
So now,
Yep.
and I can't delete it on my phone because every phone, well, I guess I could. I got to go to the root one. But everything that I have Apple shares those apps on everything. So if I delete it on here, it still shows up on my fucking computer. Still shows up over here. And
You have to delete it everywhere.
Yeah, I have to go everywhere to delete it. This is
Yeah.
You should have just made it
Stupid.
where it just updated the app. I just called it Max.
They
Like every
usually
other
do.
app does on
Right.
iPhone or Android.
Right. Correct.
Don't make a new fucking app. Like,
Just remove
So
that one.
does
and
the,
new one.
does
upload.
the
That's
account go over? Does the account go over, or do you
Yes.
need to create
no,
a new
yeah,
one?
it all goes over. It stays logged in
Oh,
and
okay.
everything. So it's all. And the odd thing is it's cached under an HBO Max folder, so it's still called that in the coding. They just
Then why not upgrade the app?
that's
so
I have
stupid.
no idea.
It's so dumb.
I have no idea. It's so stupid. It's so dumb.
When Warner Brothers, when the company Warner Brothers merged with Discovery, they created a new company called Warner Discovery. They should have just called the app Warner Discovery. That's it.
Why?
Then you
That's
understand.
No, why do you Why do you need to change it?
What, the name?
Yes.
It's a marketing ploy. They thought that it would be better.
Sounds terrible, right? Like
I agree with you.
Discovery, the shorter, the better. We've all known this. The easier it is to remember. That's the whole domain craze that went on in the early 2000s. The shortest name you could get, run with that. Now you're adding like 5 different, it's like a lawyer firm. Joseph Johnson and Smith. Bro, just JJS, man. That's it. Like, stop with this shit. You're making it way more difficult. You know?
For no reason. For no
You
reason.
can't do WD because that's Western Digital. That's already
Oh,
taken.
that's and you're not going to win that lawsuit.
Wait, hold on. You could do WD because it's 2 different industries.
Ah,
That's,
you're not going to win.
I don't think so.
I want to think of something. There's something that is on the tip of my tongue where a company tried to do an acronym. We just went over this. Something that I did a video on a couple months ago, or maybe last year, of a company that got sued for using the same abbreviation as somebody else, a big company.
But are they in the same? But are they in the same field? That's
No.
the thing.
Different
So-
fields.
Different field.
Yeah. One was yes, there you go. That's it.
Yeah.
WWE,
Yeah.
WWF.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was World Wildlife Foundation, and then WWF was like, fuck, shit.
Yeah. Forgot about that one.
Well,
Because technically, by law, they're 2 different things. Okay. The reason why they won, the WWF won, was because they said that they was looking bad on their part.
but it was
supposedly.
still the abbreviation. So if you did
Correct.
WD, I'm telling you, even though Western Digital isn't that big,
I
You're
don't
not
know. I
gonna
think
win
Western
that.
Digital is pretty big. You don't
Not
think
only
Western
that,
Digital is pretty big?
Spade, do you
Western
wanna make
Digital
it-
big for you because you use a PC, and that's probably your hard drives.
No, my hard drives are Samsungs.
So are mine.
Nice.
All Samsungs. 860s, 87. No, I don't use any 870s. 860 Evos, 850s.
I have a 970 Evo.
Yeah, junk.
But yeah, so the namings are dumb. There was no need to change the name. It was working perfectly fine. Why
So you're
change it?
saying Warner Brothers bought out Discovery, then Discovery and HBO?
No, they merged. They merged.
Oh, they merged. They didn't buy them out.
They merged because
Oh.
Discovery wanted
But
to
Discovery
buy
is owned by NBC.
Discovery. No, Discovery's on its own.
But why not go? Oh, which is the most famous or most recognizable brand of the
That's
2?
why I wanted it to stay HBO.
No, I mean,
because
I mean, HBO is a well-established,
Yes.
known brand name
Agreed.
that everybody goes like,
Agreed.
oh, you don't need to think of Max. What is it? Is it a drink? Is it a?
that's like Jay changing his name from Jay Hayes, the channel, changing the Jay Hayes channel to Outside of Society. Why the fuck would you do that? That's so stupid.
You guys ever think, like, if you keep going down this road, we're gonna end up like 10 major brands owning everything?
Oh, without a doubt. It's always
That's what happens, right? Is
Look at Idiocracy, the movie Idiocracy.
so
Yeah.
check this out. I'm about ready to blow your fucking mind. You don't believe me? I'll send you the clip. Where do you think the world's internet comes from? The world.
Amazon,
World's
No. Country wise.
country-wise.
Well, what do you mean? Like where the wires are?
Where do you think Europe gets their internet from?
Us.
Russia.
America. Do you know
we can use
where
internet.
South Africa gets their internet from?
Us.
America.
They're
Did
all
you know that
wires
all
under
the
ocean.
internet in the whole fucking world comes from America?
Yeah.
That's a fact, Jack. Did you know that 80% of the fiber wires that are ran in the ocean are owned by AT&T, which is an American company?
That I didn't know.
Yep. And then now Google and Facebook are getting together to run wires because it's all fiber. It's literally a fiber wire
Right.
about this big, but the cable itself is this big. Sharks attack them, all this crazy shit. I put the link in Discord many months ago. Anyway, I was showing the cable guy, not the cable, well, whatever, the cable guy this because he was fascinated as well. So, did you know that if there was like a war, whatever, all they have to do is just shut off the internet? Literally. Shut the power down. Shut it down. War's over.
Same thing with GPS, right? If there's a conflict, America could basically shut it
off all
down,
the
and you
power.
would have no more navigation
I
in the
just
rest
think
of the
that's
world.
fucking crazy. And you know who doesn't get internet from America? Russia and China.
Really?
Yep. I could show you the
Finally.
map of the breakdown of where every cable goes from. A lot of it comes from Virginia. A lot of it. And New York. But when you look at the cables that are ran, there is nothing that goes to Russia or China from America. Nothing at all. Not one fucking cable.
So they go through another country and
Do their own
China.
thing. Even Japan gets her internet from us. It's just fascinating when you look, because it's like you see the whole, globe, if you will, flattened out of where everyone by name, by number, by how long it is, and when you look at Russia, that whole fucking continent of Asia is just nothing,
Nothing.
not a damn wire.
So that's why it doesn't break down. Because if it was made in China, you probably would need new cables by now.
Ding, ding, ding.
It's just fast. I mean, if you go to war with any other country that's connected, you could literally just unplug it.
Blackout.
Whoops. Now you have no laser guided missiles anymore. Now you got nothing. You don't have internet, because that's the whole world now is internet.
Yeah, but do you
Wonder
think
if
they
you
have,
guys ever did that.
AT&T, fucking crazy.
but do you think that they have some sort of agreement or something that if something
They were
like
just
this was
the first
to
to run it.
happen?
They were the first to run it.
No.
It's-
I'm saying, no, what I'm saying is if you start, let's say you start something with Russia, right? You could turn around and be like, I could shut off your internet. Like, I'm sure they've thought about that, but isn't there maybe
No,
something in writing saying that?
Russia doesn't get the internet from the US.
Right.
So that doesn't work.
Altogether, I'm saying if it was all together, you can shut off.
Oh,
this-
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
But would the company do that? Maybe if they're in danger or something. But I'm gonna get
That
you.
would be fun.
They did do with armed conflict that they made the fault in the GPS signal. They made it bigger, right? So that the enemy wouldn't have an exact location. Only the military GPS knew what the fault was and could calculate it out.
I put the link. You guys should watch that when you get free. Like maybe open it up in a tab, and then when we're done with the stream, you watch that. That will blow your mind. That video right there, like that. That's gonna tell you everything that I'm telling you, plus some. So fascinating. But when you look at it, and if there was a war with any of those countries, you could, in theory, shut it. That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? So you guys own most of the internet of the world, and then other countries, some European countries, get into war with each other, and one of the countries suddenly doesn't have the ability to use their guided missiles
That's
system.
what I'm saying.
That you have to call an AT&T customer line, like, oh, what you need is the guided missile.
To get
I can't
transferred
tell
to
them
India.
right now.
I mean, truly think about that. So that means, it's like with Amazon. Everybody thinks of Amazon. You think of what really got me started on this was how much data is being sent to Amazon from this house, through the ubiquity. It's unreal. So you think of Amazon makes all its money from its books or it's online. You're out of your fucking tree. Amazon makes 60 to 65% of their money from their servers. And to get into, like, it's even in that video, to get into, actually, I have another video for you where he explains, I'll just later. Anyway, so it all goes through Amazon. Facebook goes through Amazon. Google goes through Amazon. Everybody's going through fucking Amazon for their servers. It's just, but when you think about your bill, your cable bill, you're like, oh, it's no big deal. They're making all this money. Where do you think those lines are ran? You think that that's just free? That's why. And think about how much a country pays AT&T or Amazon to, like, even the CIA is hosted by Amazon. CIA.
That's insane.
How does it work in the States, Jay? Because over here it's all separate. So you have the provider, which is in this case AT&T or T-Mobile, that runs the cables, I think. Are they responsible for their own infrastructure, or is that a different company?
So what happens is that's odd you asked that because they talk about that in that video. So let's just say AT&T's fiber that's running to Belgium. Okay, we have a fiber wire and it splits and it whatever. Now if it lands, AT&T owns that, gets all the profit. But if it's in, let's just say, Belgian waters, whoever, I think it's 70%, whoever takes in 70% or more of the profit is responsible for fixing that. So let's just say your cable provider is whatever, Jorn's Internet. Jorn's Internet has to go out into the ocean and go fix that. Not AT&T. That's not my responsibility because that's not international waters. That's owned by whatever. It's crazy when you think about why do we need all this money to pay phone bills? How you think that, who paid for that? We have to pay for that. So, that $100
over here
that
it's
I
just
pay.
weird
Go ahead.
that we're basically in the top 5 most expensive ones, but we're not in top 5 when it comes to quality.
Performance?
That's weird. Performance-wise, yeah. And
Really?
we're a small country. Yeah,
Top
we're
5
really,
for what?
we're-
How much it costs for internet?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we're in top 5 in Europe, and we're not
Why?
top 5 when it comes to.
You have
I
a
no
fiber
idea.
line that runs to Belgium, I think.
Yeah, none of us have fiber right now. They're slowly
No.
installing.
It's not going to be fiber direct to you. It's just all fiber ran to those countries, and then how they split that. You
Oh, yeah,
understand?
yeah. But they're,
It all depends on the companies that you have in your country
Right.
that
Yep.
limit you
I
to what
agree.
speed you have.
they're slowly putting fiber into the ground, essentially.
No, the transatlantic fiber line does not run to Belgium. It runs to Spain, Portugal, and Italy. So whatever's the closest to you out of those 3 is where it's coming from.
Probably Italy, right? No.
Spain, no?
Spain.
Yeah, Spain. Yeah, Spain.
Close.
Top 5 in the world, huh? Wow. Is it fast?
Wait, what?
Oh,
We're
you're
top
the
5
best
most expensive in Europe, and we're not top 5.
Right, like
in
I'm saying, is
performance.
it fast? Like, what's your download, your upload? What is it?
The average speed of a Belgian household is 150 megabytes down and 1050 megabytes up.
Oh,
But the prices are the same than what you guys pay for a high speed. Or
what do you
I mean, we
pay
don't
a
like-
month? What do you pay a month?
Me? Yeah, but I don't know. It's a plan with 2 cell phones in it, but I pay over 150 euros for internet.
Cell phones and internet?
2 cell phones
So 2 cell phones and internet
and TV.
and TV. Fuck, you need TV.
Meaning stations. The stations.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
Wait,
Like,
why do you-
nobody uses it.
What? Why do you use TV? Wait, so I don't understand why anybody uses a normal TV. You just get I'm not gonna get into this argument here, but like an Apple TV or a Chromecast or a Roku or fuck that, a regular TV like it has apps on it. Why would you pay? Why wouldn't you just run
For
one?
Belgian TV shows. Belgian TV shows.
Oh, so he's paying for cable.
Yes,
Cable TV.
basically.
But why
But,
would you
uh,
pay
I-
for that when that comes on the TV?
It
Maybe
doesn't
that's
come
an
on the TV. What we do is we have an encryption on our cable, and all of the providers have a box that decrypts it and then sends the signal over HDMI to your TV. If you want to watch regular TV, you need a decoder. All of the providers provide you that.
So
and
we
you have
used
to
to
pay
have
rent on
something
that.
similar to that in America. You'd have a cable box, right? I don't know about decryption.
Yep.
That's fascinating, but okay. But why couldn't you? So you're saying that you can't get that TV show that you watch, let's say Channel 7, whatever. You can't get that as an app on the TV?
not every channel, because like the HBO, the s- they worked, so the Telenet, they work together with HBO in some cases, or in with other companies, so they can give you series or films.
Ah,
And if you try it, you know HBO doesn't work here. We can't get HBO in an app, so you have to get it through
From your
them.
that
provider.
kind of sucks, man. That kind of
Yeah.
sucks.
Oh yeah.
Like Discovery, and all that kind of thing. The Discovery channels, the Sci-Fi
Yeah, I mean, because
Channel.
I could get an app that does Channel 5 news, that does channel,
Mhm.
not even news, just
Oh.
Channel 5. And that's whatever's playing on Channel 5.
And it's the decoder is heavily encrypted, because I've been on the decoder from the PC, and you can see everything. You can see the structure. You can see the files in it. You can see, but they're all empty and can't go any further than that.
Hidden files.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
wow.
still don't get why it's encrypted, but all right.
Yeah, I
Oh,
feel
so you
Just
need
so
the
you
box. So you need the box. And
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
and
need to pay rent for the box every month. So if
yeah,
it
it's like
was just
UK,
like
right?
flip a
You
switch,
can't own your own TV or something in UK. You have to pay that is nuts. Like
Wait,
you
really?
can't. Yeah, you can't own. Every TV's owned by British Broadcasting Network, right? Am I saying that right?
they pay
yeah.
for a license. Yeah.
Okay.
They could shut you off whenever you want.
Yep.
Nice.
How good we Americans have it, right?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Want to shut me
100%.
up? That's fine. I'll just go through another provider.
I didn't want to gloat. But
I'm
yeah,
just
you're absolutely
saying.
right.
You shut my shit off. That's fine. I'll just go to somebody
Get
else.
somebody else.
All right. No big deal. Yeah.
I pay 75 just for the internet.
That's not bad. That's not. I mean, for my one
Yeah,
gig
but his
down, one
speeds,
gig
though?
up, I think I pay. Well, I'm on a
See,
bundle now, but
but you have one. You have one up, one
Yeah.
down. That's not speeds. We're
That's
paying
fiber.
$75 for.
If you had fiber, you'd have very similar speeds to that.
Yeah.
1 gig up, 1 gig
Oh
down.
yeah, they're rolling it out, but the prices are way up.
What's way?
I mean,
Yeah. Which way? up?
if I want fiber over Telenet, we're talking anywhere between 10 or 20 euros so on top of that. So for the internet, I will be paying 100.
That's not bad. I pay 90 and I got one up, one down.
Yeah, 120
I wouldn't
is
get
what
one
I pay
down.
for 1 gig up, 1 gig down.
No, I wouldn't get 1 gig up. It's still limited. So you get a theoretical speed of 1 gig and 500 up.
That's not fiber. Fiber is the same up and down.
Yeah.
They're selling it as fiber. I don't think it is.
It's not true fiber. Then fiber is the same up then down. So if
Yeah.
you get 500, you get 500 up, 500 down.
Problem is,
Maybe
Maybe
it's
they're
modeling
limiting,
me
or
up.
maybe they're limiting it now.
problem
And
is
then
the main
kinda-
lines are fiber, but what goes from the main line into your house and
Sure.
into the distribution in the
Sure.
streets,
Yeah.
Sure.
coaxial. So it's not fiber.
Yeah,
Nope.
I mean, my fiber comes straight to the house.
No,
I actually
not
have
here.
the fiber wires coming to the house.
you do, but there's still a hub that it has to go to. There's no way you have
Yes,
fiber.
yes.
You have a hub that's split between.
Everybody on the block.
Yeah, and still,
Yeah.
and those capabilities of that speed are much higher than what you think that they are.
But I never get 1 gig. I'm always at like the 900 mark or anything like that. You
Are
never
you on
actually
Wi-Fi
get
or wired?
wired. Like right now, I'm wired. If I did a speed test right now, I don't think I would get one.
What's the cable in between it?
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. Are you running a cat? If you're running a Cat 6, yeah, you're not going to get that. Cat 6A, close. Cat 7, yeah. Cat 8, yeah.
I'm not sure. I'll have to look into it.
And then his network card, right? I mean, sometimes cheap
Heck.
motherboards.
Yeah, there's a lot that factors into it. Well, like I could run Cat 8 through the whole house. Now, if I go from my switch from that's ran to a Cat 8 to a Cat 6, I'm only going to get Cat 6 speeds. I'm not going to get Cat 8.
576 0.1 down, 30.7 up, and latency of 9 ms.
Sounds like our cable here. So what's this shit you sent me about? You want me to cover this age shit because you're trying to look young, Matthew?
Yeah, I want to refer. I want to refer it. No, I just thought it was. We've talked about similar things, so I just thought it was.
So I'll just give you guys. There's a video going on the internet that I guess I could play it, but you sent it to me in a. I can't play that. I need a link. Do you not have a link?
It's TikTok, so I don't. I know you don't have TikTok.
Just give me the link. No, I just don't have TikTok on my phone. I still have I still have like I still have an account. Maybe I did delete my account. I don't know. I went pretty hard with it.
You deleted it in the live.
Yeah, I think I actually deleted my account and then the app, but we'll see. We'll see what it'll probably re-res it if I bring it back up. I don't know if it's a big topic that we could cover, but I think it's interesting. It doesn't matter. Don't bother. It's taking you too long. You're not fluent on the Mac. So what it is they came up with a way where they came up with a gene therapy way where they took a mouse and they repaired his eye. Okay. And now they're doing it where they can fix blindness in people. Literally, you can be blind your whole life and they give you eyesight.
That's cool.
They're doing with skin, where they could take an 80-year-old man and make you look 30. They could do it with your muscles, where you have a 60-year-old muscle, bicep, and they can make it 30. So they make you everything younger. They have not done organs like heart, lungs, but anything that is built up over time can be fixed. And this is not fake. It's real. So now.
And essentially, if you're doing muscles, like your heart is a muscle, so you could do that as well. And they're using the gene therapy to revert because it's still in our bodies.
I feel like we're crossing a line again.
Yeah, I mean, you're no. I don't care.
Playing God at that point.
And you are playing God. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you believe, you're playing whatever created us. Okay. Keep fucking around.
Also, I think
fuck around and find out. Like keep fucking around, and God's gonna be like, listen, I'm done. Okay, I've I let you do this shit for way too long. Noah's Ark activated. Go.
One of the first things I thought about was
better get some wood, start building.
But let's say they figure it out. You get a series of injections, and you go from 80, you go back to where you were at 30.
Couple questions.
Who's going to get it?
Okay, first off, let's just say it extends your life because that's what the goal is, right? It's not just appearance. It's to make you live longer. Why would you want to live longer? To watch everything you love die?
No, you pay for them to live forever.
Right. That would only work if everybody in the world gets the same treatment. That's what I was saying.
No.
But who's gonna get the treatment? Not you.
We still have poverty.
The rich will get it. I have a better question than all this. My better question is, how much taxing is that to the earth? Because you have all these people that are not dying, and then you got people that are being born. So now you're getting way overpopulated now. So what happens at that point?
Bro, you're playing God. I mean,
the masses.
That wouldn't be an issue, Spade.
I think it would come down to money, right? How much money do you got?
Yeah.
It's not going to be available to everybody. Like they didn't talk about in this video how much it costs this doctor. What's his name? I'd play the video, but just send me the fucking TikTok link, please. You just take so long on a computer. It should be bop bop done. You're gonna send it to me on your phone because you don't know how to operate an Apple? Jesus Christ. He sends
So,
me.
Spade, it would only be for the 1%, right? It's not going to be available for anyone because you don't have the financial means. And then again, those people that are already filthy rich are exactly the people with that kind of ego, like, I don't care if everyone dies around me. I want to
Yeah,
be
but
around because I'm wealthy.
But just like anything, when you start to mass produce, it starts to become cheaper, right? So eventually,
But
maybe
you're
in
not
10
going to
years,
mass produce it. You need your research and development money back. So you're going to, no,
All right,
definitely
ready?
not.
Shut up.
This is the stuff I'm the most excited about right now.
That's easy.
Your face just changed too, by the way, when I asked you.
It's easy.
Yeah.
So we published a year ago on the cover of Nature magazine, which is the highlight of any scientist's career, that we could reset the age of a complex tissue. We chose the mouse's eye. We let mice get old and blind, and we reprogrammed their eye using these 3 genes. They're called O, S, and K for short.
Yeah.
And we turned the age back 80%, and they were able to see again. And so what we're talking about is having found that there's a reset switch in the body to be young again. And the information in the body to be young is still there. So theoretically, you could take someone who's 100 years old and reset their body to be young again. Now, the exciting thing is we've been doing clinical trials, or preclinical trials, and there's no apparent downside to this.
No, that's incredible.
Yeah. And so I went home that day and I said, hey, we've cured blindness. And my family went, yeah, can you just unpack the dishwasher? That was a sad day. That's when I knew I could never impress my family. But we have been working ever since. So we first made this discovery about 3 years ago. It ended up being in my book, a little bit of it. And it was a thrill to make this discovery. But since then, we've been doing the hard work, which is to figure out, is it safe enough to put into humans? And we're now testing it in non-human primates just to see if it's safe.
My gosh.
And if all goes well, in the next 2 years, we'll hopefully cure blindness in people.
That is absolutely freaking incredible. That is absolutely bananas.
But it gets better.
Okay.
The eye was just something we chose. I didn't think it would work any better in the eye. In fact, I thought it'd probably work worse. But we found that there's a universal reset switch. So you can reset different parts of the body. You can reset the skin. We've shown you can reset muscle. You can reset, what have we done? The skin was easy. So using the same genes. So we're just basically turning on an embryonic program in older people or middle-aged, in their cells and in mice, and they get young again. What does this mean? This means one day it's going to be possible to reset the age of the body. We've done that. We've done that in mice. Now the question is, how soon can we get it into ourselves?
That's bananas. Is there? Here's the guy that grew up with skeptics all over his house. Let's assume that that's true. Did everyone just hear what he just said, by the way? That we may be able to reset the age of a human? We've already been able to do this now in other organisms? That's a minute to just process that, right? And as I process it, I go, wow, that's exciting. I hope I can live long enough so that I can reset my clock.
That's the key.
Right?
The stuff we've talked about today.
Yeah.
The eating, the exercise.
All right. So, yeah. Go ahead.
I have one question, and that's the deteriorating of the mind that he doesn't talk about, because he's talking about muscle, organs, skin, so you would appear younger. But what about the mind or the soul, regardless?
Well, when you die of old age, right, your brain just says, hey, stop breathing. It's over. It's a wrap, Jack. Right? Unless you die of something. But so here's even a better question. Let's just say you have cancer. Right? You end up treating the cancer. Now you bring it back 30 years. In 30 years from that time, I'm just picking 30 years. In 30 years from that time, does the cancer reactivate? Because the brain's like, hey, we're this old. Time to bring cancer in.
I would assume so.
Probably.
You already have it in your body.
You are playing God. I'm telling you right now, that's what you're doing. You are,
Yep.
And people just want to live longer because everybody's scared of death. So, I don't know how that fixes anything. A blindness, nice. That's sweet. So you get to see. Or deaf, great. Quality of life becomes better, not longevity. If you're making things younger, you're not fixing anything now. You're reverting things.
Well, in case of like maybe a burn victim, that skin would be useful, right?
I don't know if you could fix that though. How would
Well, if he
when they're
says it,
saying
he
skin,
didn't.
they're referencing like wrinkles and age, like Botox.
Yeah, he never talked about damaged skin, but if you could do that, like it fixes itself, that could be, then you're not talking about longevity, you're talking about fixing problems. Same with the blindness. Now that seems noble.
Yes.
Going around it as an ego thing, like I want to be 200.
Oh, that's the
still
goal,
be
right? Is
30.
we're going to go in fixing blindness, but watch this. We're going to make you 30. Look, if you could say to me, I'm not going to lie. If they came up to me and said, we got something that will make you live, I'm just going to pick a number here. And those of you that know me close enough, you'll know why I picked this number. If you could make yourself 13 years younger, okay, would you do it? Yes, 100%. 100% I would do it. 20 years younger? No. 13? Yes, because that puts me in the same bracket of what Brie is and extends my life. I would assume 13 years, right? Because you're adding 13 years back to me. So that's nice. Now, if you said you could do it again, and if me and Brie are doing good, I don't know. I might, I'm not going to lie, I might actually do it because I get to live longer. But then you're still prolonging the inevitable. How many times can you do that?
But at the same
That's
time, though,
only
if you're
you
a
agree to
religious
do it
man,
both, right?
Two people talking. Someone pick a fucking lane. Talk over one
It's
another.
only the case where you and Bree would both be doing it, right? Not just you or just Bree.
No, I would do it because I want to balance myself to Brie.
Second time.
and if you're a religious man, God will just make you get hit by a bus. And you spent all that
either
money.
way, when it's your time, it's your time.
It's your time to go.
And I think that scientists don't believe that, clearly, because he's just like if you're blind, God made you blind. Like that's
So do you feel
that's your
like
destiny, bro. No offense. That
If it could cure like people with Parkinson's by
sure.
turning back time and stuff like that, that would be good.
But again, that's different because you're taking a disease, right? Like if someone is if they're missing a hand, right? We give them a prosthetic so you can now have your hand back, right? That's the quality of life. That's not the longevity of life. If you're messing with something that's going to kill you ultimately, I don't know, man. Is it a cure? No, I think it's avoidance.
Also, the fact you're going to be working for 80 years, right?
Oh! Shit.
It's not like you're going to do 40 years.
Let's think about this. You really want to be alive in 50 years? No, fuck it. Let's just say everybody in here is 40. You guys really want to be around in 70 years when these people are presidents? You want to see this? I mean, I do want to see it. I'm not going to lie. I would like to see what happens because Jiminy Cricket is bad. But I'll look from up. You know what I mean? Like, I'll look down. Thank God I'm not with this shit. Because, I don't know. Would you guys do it? Would you guys do the shot? No?
But okay. So I have a question. If you
wouldn't want Sandra to come down to your bracket, John? Think about that.
No. Artificially? No. I don't trust it. I don't trust it at all.
All right, let's just say, all right, fine with the argument. Me and Bree do it. And I could show you that it works, and you would trust me, and it works, and whatever. I'm getting skinner. My skin is tighter. I go 13 years back, so I'm flat again. I'm nice and sexy, and I feel good. All my organs look good. You're not going to do it?
Don't you feel like it's cheating? Like it's completely altering your own existence. You're supposed to be born and die. That's the rule. That's it. You're cheating it.
Valid argument. I mean,
you're eventually going to die.
But we all want to live better, right? I mean,
right.
You could do that in a short period of time.
Not that though. Not that. You might be able to change the way you look. You're not going to be able to fucking make your muscles 30 years younger. I don't give a shit what you do.
True, but that's part of the experience, right? If you're trying
but
to
if you
avoid
spend
that.
that extra time, Sandra will be able to be here longer with you.
But that's not a certainty. I could be going
No, I'm
first.
saying no. I'm saying to you, it is a certainty. It is proven. It does work. Like it's proven. Whatever. They've been doing this for 50 years, and we show you that it works.
I'm gonna go with
And it
your
is-
argument on this one, Jay. I feel like it's cheating, and I feel like we're crossing a line.
And it's not synthetic.
Regardless
like
what
you
I
said.
want, it's not about what I want. Everyone wants to be around their loved ones as long as possible, but that's not your decision. That's life, and I know it feels wrong. It feels wrong.
Nope.
Would you do it, Matthew?
In a heartbeat.
Spade?
I mean,
Yeah.
and it's not like a synthetic, like Jordan said. It's they give you some substance that make the system is already or still in your body to revert. They just activate it. It's not like they
Right. You're not
give you
changing.
liters of
Okay, but then the
some
argument can be said is why doesn't it activate by itself? If it's already there, why is your
Yeah.
brain not doing it already?
We haven't
Then
evolved.
the
that.
argument also be said, why is it still there? Why is it still something that you can switch on or off? That's also a design, right?
I have one argument, and that's gonna shut this entire thing down right away. These people, scientists, are the same ones that just put us in 3 years of lockdowns and gave us a vaccine. Something that doesn't work, and these are the people that you're gonna trust.
I think that's
with your
hold
life.
on. Valid argument, but that's a different field of
Sure,
that's a field of making money. Well, both of them are making money. This is a field of
but
More
it's the
money.
same thing in a sense. They're both making money because you're afraid of something. That's what gives them power. It's afraid of death, and you want to escape that with taking some pill
yeah, but
and
I
feel
think
safe.
everybody. Look, as much as I agree with you that it isn't, you are playing God. If you could say to me, Jay, you're gonna die 5 years before Bree, and I could give you this shot, and I guarantee you, this is signed by God right here. First off, God wouldn't sign off on that, but let's just say, for whatever reason,
He
can
probably
make
has a
sure.
guy, right?
Well, just think about when someone's on their deathbed, right? And nobody wants to pull the plug, man. You don't. You just want to have hope. You want to have faith that God will. That person's still here, and it's a test to your love. It's gonna make me emotional. And you could give that person a shot where you get back those 5 years. I wouldn't even think twice. Yes.
Nope.
Yes. That's not selfish. That's selfless.
not at all.
Because I want you. I don't want to let you go yet. And I don't think you're ready to go. I don't think it's your time to go because you're on a deathbed. That might be selfish. It might be. But I just know the pain of losing something. That if I could give you a shot to keep that from happening.
But couldn't you also argue that if it was part of God's plan for somebody to
could.
discover that, and for you
You
to
could.
take that at that moment, so you get to be that
You could.
age?
You could. You could also use the argument of if you get cancer, that you don't want to do any medication. That this is God's way of getting you sick, but yet you still get medication. So God works in mysterious ways. You just don't know. That God knew that this was going to happen, and I planned this all out. You could look at it so many angles. I'm just saying that if you could promise me, and there is, I don't know, some type of insurance that verifies that this does work. Because if your argument, Jordan, that there is a black hole and that's the end, I don't want to do that yet. There's so much more that I want to do before I get to that black hole. And you're going to give me something that lets me prolong that?
But you have another argument, and this is a weird one, but follow me with this one. Death is a great motivator. And if you always get the option to extend your life, you're going to abuse that option and procrastinate the shit out of it.
Yeah, but hold on. They're not saying they can do it forever, right? They're just saying we can
Doesn't
take
matter.
this
30
amount.
years is a long time. If you have that option that you, no matter how
You
long,
say
you
that
can do
now,
it
30 years.
once.
Wait, you say that now, 30 years is a long time. Wait till you get older and the years start
You say
passing
that, but
by
I'm
quicker
already
and
old. My back is messed up. I look like shit.
No, 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 no. Your body's
that'll
old,
be fixed.
but your mind isn't old.
Oh no, I feel old. I don't understand society anymore. I suspected
No, no,
this
no.
would
That's
happen when
just
I was
being human
60.
being. That's just being a human. Ain't got shit to do
I
with
expected
age.
this when I was 60. I don't get these kids anymore with their music and their gender changing.
That's having an old soul, kind sir. There's a bit of a difference of being older and realizing that you're withering away, and yet you're still not ready. And we're going to give you a shot that's going to make it better. I'd be willing to bet if you took 10 people, 10 people will take that shot.
That's out of fear, right?
Not a fear.
Oh,
No, it's not a fear. It's comfort.
Well, think
But-
about it. I don't have a fear
Why?
of dying right now,
When you
right? I don't have a fear of dying
lose
right
the
now.
ones you love that are the closest to you, you'll understand, Jordan.
Oh, I'm not arguing. I'm just saying, going from your point of view, and you believe in an afterlife, that would be the comfort part. I have no comfort. It's done and over for. So I would be the one person that's actually more interested in this and to prolong it.
I
Because
would say
know
the exact
after-
opposite. Since you got nothing to look forward to, what the fuck do you need to extend it for?
Because this is it. I have only this existence. So I would prolong it more, right?
If you enjoy life, which you don't.
I do.
No, you don't. You fucking hate your life. You hate Belgium.
Yeah, but that's
why
a
the fuck would you
temporary
want to
thing.
stay
I
there
can
longer?
change that.
If anything, you're like, if I get to stay in Belgium another 20 years. Here, let's try this. Watch this. Watch how your answer changes, Mr. fucking stubborn cockhead. Watch this. They say to you, listen, we're going to give you a shot. Okay? We can extend Sandra to bring her down to your bracket of age. Instead of being 74, she's whatever the fuck you are, 38. How old are you?
36.
36. Close enough. So you're going to bring her down to 36, right? Still keep her brain, still keep her, everything's the same except for her internal organs. Watch this. No, fuck that. Whatever. The shot exists. And you have to stay in Belgium for 10 years. Or the rest of your life. Wait. No. You get to come to America and take the shot to have a better life. You're not going to take the shot?
Wait, I don't have to take the shot, right, Sandra?
You both do. You both got to go 10 years younger.
But then.
The shot, fuck it. The shot is your visa.
Oh, well, I did it with the vaccine to come visit you.
Oh, so you would take the shot then?
Oh, yeah.
For a better quality of life, right?
There you go.
And that's the end of the discussion. So you're willing to take the shot to be happier, right?
Yes.
The older people are willing to take the shot to be happier.
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah.
hold
I'm
on,
not
Jordan.
condemning them. I'm not condemning them for taking the shot. I just was expressing how I feel like it's cheating and it seems
But
wrong.
you're cheating by taking the shot and doing it, or you could just do all the paperwork and just hope.
Yeah.
You said with enough of work. Yeah, I'm quoting you. You said, "Oh, but you could do that. You don't need the shot to do that." And I said, "Well, 30 years to make muscles younger. I can't do that." So, but you just said you wouldn't take the shot. You just you're playing God. But if now the shot gives you a visa, yes, because it's a better quality of life.
Yeah. Just to be
Yeah,
sure, just to put this in, if we change the numbers around, I don't think I could land my wife when she was young. I've seen pictures. I probably couldn't do it.
Because what you were saying, you wouldn't want to get the shot or get Sandra to get. But what does Sandra think about the shot?
Ooh,
Because
that's actually.
you're going to decide for her that she can't take the shot?
Oh no, we're not. No.
So ask her if she could take a shot to make her 20 years younger. Would she take it? That's a good question, Bree. Would you rather win $50,000 or for your friend to win 500,000? Oh, ooh.
Well,
Is it a true friend? A
right,
real friend?
The
exactly.
argument is just friend, right? Our definition of what a friend is.
You're guaranteed 50K, or if your friend is a friend, he'll give you more than 50K.
Why would your friend give you money?
Because you're the one that's getting them the 500K.
No. You have no say in it. You just, like, they don't know that you say this. This is just.
Oh, they don't know.
Nah, they don't know. It's just, you either get 50K or I get 500,000. Yeah, I don't know where it came from. It just showed up on my doorstep. That Bree, I already know how you think. That's why I said it.
That's kind of the same like, here's a button, and if you press the button, you get $1 million, but somebody somewhere drops that.
Yeah.
Okay, who I know my friends are, I'd say 500,000.
She basically just went, why?
Man,
Don't know.
You guys are fucking miserable, bro. Jesus.
But I mean, you've.
All right, watch this. Watch how the answer changes. Watch this. So, okay, fine. Why? I hate how fucking negative you people are. So you say why? You say why? Watch this. What if she could have that cinnamon streusel that she fucking picked the crumbs off the plate and it didn't affect her heart and it didn't affect her weight? You don't think she'd eat that cinnamon streusel all the fucking time?
Probably.
Okay, so now if you had a shot that just made that all irrelevant, you wouldn't take the shot? Come on, bro. Like, fucking think. Like, think. Use your head. Really.
Yeah, but the negative.
There is no negative. You make everything your cholesterol. Everything just fucking zeroes out. You wouldn't take the shot. Really. Man, you guys deserve one another. Jesus Christ. Holy shit. It's like the fucking deaf black couple. Why would you not want to be healthier? Like, okay, so if you're dying of cancer, better answer. Fuck the shot. You're dying of cancer. You don't take any medicine? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, we just ignore it?
No, that depends if it's going to work.
Depends on what? You're dying of cancer.
If it's well, it kind of depends. He said if it's gonna do anything. It kind of depends on the cancer.
Okay. First off, any cancer, you're gonna die. Like I'm putting it out there.
Degrees, right?
There's different stages, but you get cancer, you're gonna die if you don't treat it. Period. That's it.
But I gotta use.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So watch this. Wait. I got it. Here it comes. Ready? Jordan, why did you go to the dentist for your tooth? Why didn't you just let that be?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I haven't.
But you have a schedule for it, right?
Eventually, yes, sure.
Why bother?
Because it was annoying me.
And you don't think that people getting old and dying doesn't annoy them?
Probably.
Man, you are so one-sided box. So you're saying that if you get cancer, you're not going to take any medicine. You're just going to chalk it up. Fuck it.
Oh, no, I thought you were asking
I'm asking either of you because apparently both your answers are the same.
If the treatment, if there's a percentage it could cure me, I would take the risk and get chemo.
But Sandra wouldn't. She's just going to fuck it.
It depends on the of the effectiveness of the treatment.
The effectiveness is one. I don't know what does that got to do with anything.
Well, she's experienced it. I've experienced it close hand. You probably too. I mean, it degrades you even more. And if there's no slight chance of success, why would you destroy your body even more before you die? You just ride it out.
I'm here to educate. Cancer, chemotherapy, radiation works for any kind of cancer. How well that works determines how late you caught the cancer. So, but the argument is if you have cancer And that's the worst one I'm going to give you. Okay, here's a better one. I got it. Yeah, cancer's not working. Let's try this one. You have a heart attack. Do you call 911?
Yeah.
Why?
Because, well, that's the basic thing you do, right?
But why do you call them?
Because there's a small chance they can help you and save you.
Okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
So there's a small chance. Then
But
you.
the-
Then you
Okay, I'm done.
What's the percentage you need? Like 1%, 50%?
What, the chemo or?
No, yeah, whatever, the chemo to do a cure or to take a drug or to take a medicine. What has to be the chance of success? 1%, 50%, 99%? Where's the line?
Oh, I get what
So-
you're saying. Like, what is the line where Sandra will finally take chemotherapy? If they say you got a 1% chance, you're not going to bother?
It's not about the percentage. If they say if your blood is that bad and they cannot help you,
Oh
then
yeah,
stop.
she's talking about like it's incredibly bad, and there's no like it's so deteriorated. Even the chemo wouldn't work. You're at stage whatever.
5. That's
Yeah.
stage 4 is basically over stage 5 is it.
Then she wouldn't do it.
Well, the doctors wouldn't tell you that you could do it. They would say you're not going to do it. If they offer chemotherapy, it's because they have hope that it'll work. As much as it's a money business, they're going to recommend what the best option is. But the argument is that you're willing to call 911 if you have a heart attack because it's urgent. You're going to die.
True.
There's no difference between that and the shot.
Well, the treatment is different, right?
What difference does it make?
The treatment is...
Does that? Yeah, it does, because chemo actually deteriorates you first, and then it resets your immune system, right? The radiation.
But this is going to take you back years where you don't have this problem. That's the whole idea of this. The whole idea is that you'll be cured. That's the idea.
No, wait, just do it simpler. The heart attack, you think it's not gonna change for the worse? You want?
Yeah, that's not going to get any better, I promise you. It's not just going to heal up and just...
No, probably not. Probably not.
It's no big deal. Just had a fucking heart attack. I don't need no doctor.
Well, but then it all comes back to what you said. Yeah, it's the normal thing to do. The chemo and the when you have a heart attack, to call emergency services. But then again, with this shot, particularly to go back 20 or 30 years, and you said this multiple times, when it's your time, I feel like you're cheating that. At a certain point, you're cheating it.
Hold on. But is this your thinking or is it Jay's thinking? Because you keep bringing up.
No,
Jay's
this is my thinking. I feel like you're supposed to work a certain amount of years on this planet if you're lucky, and then it ends. No ways about it. And you're muted, Matthew. You're muted. You're still muted.
So it is not supposed to be that way, that you take the shot and then die 30 years later.
There's no difference of you taking treatment of cancer versus taking the shot. There's no difference. There's zero difference. Zero. They're both medical fields to extend your life. Both of them.
Right.
Chemotherapy, the radiation, or a shot that makes you 30 years younger. It's just that you're getting it before it happens. You are premeditating anything negative that's going to happen, and we're going to bang it out. So if you're going to get cancer in 5 years, you can now make that 35 years.
Right.
Yes, I will take that fucking shot. How much is it? If you can prove that people don't fucking die and shit from the shit, yes. Give me the shot. How much is it? How much is it? And I don't think there's any difference you call 911 because you're asking for help for someone to come get you to make you better. There's no difference. The only one is immediate and you're at your last lifeline versus we could do this before you need that immediate attention. And if Sandra, I think it's so fascinating that Sandra said that if it's that far gone, obviously if it's that far gone, it makes sense. But if they catch it in stage 3, stage 4, and you say no, huh? What the? This is gonna sound dark, and I got so much love for you, Jordan. But what the fuck are you living for?
Life itself.
Why? You don't give a shit about it.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Apparently not.
Okay.
Well, in the purest
We all
form,
see differently than what you see, so we.
It's all a matter of
maybe.
perception.
No, I don't know
Well,
about
it's
that.
just a matter of- I don't know. It's not a matter of perception. I mean, I feel like most people are afraid of dying.
If you're in pain, you want to stop that pain from happening, right?
Sure.
With anything, whether that's in a fight, whether that's cancer, toothache, you take aspirin when you have a headache. You do something to stop that. So what's the difference of you taking a shot? Like if you could not here, you could take a pill right now that will never make your teeth hurt again. You can relate to the tooth pain. You wouldn't take that pill?
Even better, you take the shot and it
Come
repairs.
on, Jordan. How is there even a thought? Like what?
But think about it, Jay. I mean, you are constantly in pain, right? And you
Yes.
take the least amount. The pain also makes you alive. It makes you realize that you're here. So
I'm not
kinda need
saying
it.
that we don't
If you're
deal with pain. It's got nothing to do with pain. I'm trying to bring this down to Barney level for you, not for me. I don't need to experience pain to know that I don't want to be in it. Like, so I'm not
it's
saying
just
that you won't be in
fun.
pain. I'm just trying to break it down to you to a level where you understand. And I think it's
I
fascinating
understand.
that you're like, no, I don't think you do, Jordan. Or again, we've been through this before with loss of life or negativity or black hole. You are a different person here than when you are online. And I think it's crazy. It took you maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, and you're back to your old fucking ways again. 1 week. Well, that's fucking worse. So it's like if you're here and like you said to yourself, you take the shot. If let's just say you're doing that now, you'll want to put money into a lawyer, okay? That hopefully gets you here. You're taking a shot, a chance at coming to America by investing money. There's no fucking difference of you doing that or taking a shot, a literal shot that brings you here for 30 grand. You're spending money. One's a guarantee. One is, I don't know. You're willing to waste money on that chance. So if you can live another 30 years, in that 30 years, you might be able to finally fucking get here on your last year. But because you got that actual vaccine, you're alive to be there. You don't look at it that way, though. You look at right now. Okay. If you think your back hurts now, wait another 15 years and then come talk to me. It ain't gonna
Maybe
be
that will change.
Oh, I think your opinions on a lot of things would change with age.
Amen, Bree. If Jay could take a pill to make all this pain go away forever and heal it, I think he'd take it. He's suffered more than enough. Amen. I would take that fucking pill quicker than you could put it on the table. I'll take it out of your hand.
I think everyone would, except for Jorn.
He'd rather be in pain than miserable.
So he can remember that he's alive.
Maybe you
He
should.
said it himself. He needs the pain to feel like he's alive. So
You're saying yes to that, Jorn.
I kind of agree, yeah. I haven't suffered like you guys have, so yeah, maybe.
it's not
yeah.
about suffering. Forget about the suffering. It's the fact that you can extend your life to a better version of you that was years ago and live another life again. You can do more. You can experience more. You can experience more pain later on.
It doesn't sound appealing to me.
I'm
being honest.
You can go to the States and then you can be happy there. And if you take the shot, you can be happy for 30 years longer. And you're going to say no. Bullshit.
It still is. Why would you want to exist for over 100 years, regardless in what state you are? It sounds so crazy to me. So crazy to be
We're
on
not
this planet
talking about what? We're not talking about you living to be 115 or 120. We're talking about, okay,
So if we're going
fast
20
forward
years
to
back,
2036, okay? We're in 2036. You're going to get fucking cancer. Now, they could say we could give you a shot right now to stop you from getting cancer in the year 2036, which is only 10, 12 years from now. You're going to say no like a fucking dummy? Instead, you want to go through cancer and then get the shot then for radiation and hope that it works. You have a guarantee right in front of you right now, and you say no. Bro, that's not even belief. That's just, I don't want to say this because I got so much love for you, but that's just fucking retarded. Like, that is stupid. Like, dumb, terrible decision. Oh, you're going to tell me I could go to war with no weapons and I can fight everybody hand-to-hand combat and I'm going to make it home? Yes, I'll go. Bro, you're going to be dead in fucking 10 seconds. That's literally the decision you're making. It is the dumbest decision I've ever heard. Like, you're going to get diagnosed. You know that. I'm going to tell you right now, Jordan, I'm not God, but I'm going to play one for a fucking moment. There's no way you're dying of natural causes. It's not going to happen. You'll probably get, I don't know about your family tree. You'll probably,
cancer.
if I had to take a
probably.
guess, I'd say, I'm going to say cancer. Cancer of some sort. Just because that's a huge bracket. Or heart, right? All the stress and dismay, which I feel like it fits you so fucking well, though. As much as you may diss Belgian with that dark ideology of rain and you dislike and you want to leave, your answers display differently. Your answers are the same as what your Belgian weather is. But if you know that that's going to happen, or it has a possibility of happening, and you could avoid that, that's like saying you know you're going to get into a car crash today. You have that feeling inside of you, and then you go out anyway. Go get in that car crash. That's not even smart, bro. No. Okay, are we on the same page, Spade, Matthew? Like, are you guys?
Yeah.
All right.
Agreed.
Okay.
Jordan, you're getting into a fight, right? You get into it. Somebody comes up to you, starts an argument, he starts fighting you, right? Now, you have a chance to defend yourself or take the beating and hope that when you get to the hospital, everything will be okay. Do you defend yourself and try to do better?
That's automatic.
At that moment?
That's automatic.
Oh, you're going to die right there and then.
No,
at the hospital.
that's automatic. You're gonna defend yourself. That's automatic.
Well, it's just like when you're dying, it's automatic that you, like you say, my mom's a great example. I don't want to be on any pills, Jay, if I have to live off of pills. She took those pills like it was Tic Tacs. She didn't want to do it, but your body fights past what you want it to.
Right.
So that's also automatic. But when you have cancer, the more your body fights, the worse it gets, because that's more manipulation of cells, thus more cancer. So you can fight as hard as you want. You're just making it worse. I just find it fascinating. It's like, would you get into a ring with a person that you know would you go fight Mike Tyson? You know you're going to lose. Even in his age, you're going to lose. You're going to go fight him?
It's going to hurt.
Probably.
It's going to hurt.
Gotta be over quick, one punch and...
Oh, God, not even. He's just going to intimidate the shit out of him, tap out. Bro, you didn't even get a hit. I know. I didn't need to. I knew I lost this fight when I realized. It's just, there's no way, but you will take that shot to be happier here. Sometimes, Sean. Sometimes.
But it's confusing to me because what you're saying is you like pain.
I think he's being stubborn, Matthew. I think it's
I'm not stubborn.
Maturity.
It's just it's if You always put me on here to be honest. If I would have caved by 3 people that disagree with my opinion, I would have done it.
Oh, it's
already.
not 3, sweetheart. It's everybody in the fucking chat disagrees with you. I let me get an H2 for those that agree. No, fuck that. Get an H1 if you agree with me, or H2 if you agree with Jordan. Let me make sure I'm making this clear. H2, you can stop yourself from getting cancer in fucking 30 years, or you can deal with it when it comes. Let's see who says fucking H2. No one is going to say H2. It's not even a matter of disagreeing. That's not a smart decision.
Everyone H1. Everyone H1.
It ain't just us 3, bro. You have an option to. Well, there. I don't even know who the fuck that is. There's somebody that wants to get cancer with you.
That's nice. At least I won't be alone.
So you and Rodrigo can fucking have cancer.
Très bueno.
And you figure it out then. Good for you. Good. No, there's no circumstances. It's totally healthy. It's proven. It works. You bring the shit back to you know. No, there's no. It's 100% proven. It is stamped, tested for 30 years. We're gonna bring you back 30 years, prolong any sickness, any ailment. And I'm picking 30 just because, but let's just say 10, because 30 is a long time. Let's just say 10 years prior to that ailment. That's what I'm saying, Dustin. I think it's the same. It's a matter of him not opening up his mind. That it is.
No, not really.
So why do you want to go to the States to have a better life?
Oh, because I think I really have a shot there of having a better life.
Then
there.
you would have
That's
30
not a
extra
certainty.
years.
That's not a certainty. That's just a risk I'm willing to take.
But that's the same thing. You're willing to take a risk to have a better life. Like Jay's explaining it, the shot isn't even a risk. It's proven to work and have no side effects.
There's no side effects at all. It is 100% proven. Proven. Factual data.
No, he's stubborn.
Yeah, that's
No,
stubborn.
I'm not being stubborn. I'm just.
What's she say? What's Sniffle saying? What's she saying?
So no. You wouldn't get the cancer.
No cancer.
No cancer. You would never get sick anymore. No.
Nope.
You wouldn't die.
Nope. No, you would die. Just
actually die. But then from natural causes or a bus.
Bus is more likely at this point.
What?
Because you don't get sick anymore.
Yeah, that's my argument, but I'm
what's the argument? What is it? What is she saying? What's the argument?
Well, you getting sick is dying from natural causes. If you don't take it,
right? We're not talking about not getting. We're talking about cancer specifically. You take a shot, you don't get cancer.
Kill you.
Yeah, but you're eliminating the natural causes then.
No. You're eliminating the cancer. You're not eliminating the natural causes.
No, natural causes is just you just got old and your brain said, fuck it.
Right.
Cancer could be natural cause if you surround yourself with fiberglass and you inhale it. Yeah, that's brought on by you. Yeah. But that's not what we're referring to cancer, like kidney cancer, whatever, stomach cancer. Something that you had no control of. It's just in your genes. You could shut that off and say, no, not today. Not any day. I'll die of something else before that. Why would you say no to that? I can't come up with one fucking good reason. You have the option of winning the lottery for $1 million or not. I'll win the lottery. No, I don't want it. Okay. Then don't play it. I don't know.
Exactly. Don't play.
What's she saying? She's obviously giving some thought to something.
She's thinking about it. Sniffles
What
is
to
thinking
think
about it.
about? No, what? It's not.
No, it doesn't matter. Cancer is just you would alleviate all of those troubles. That's
Like,
it.
I can't think of what's worse than fucking cancer. A heart problem,
Or
a heart
dying.
attack. Let's just say she has a heart. Okay, watch this. Let's make it better. She's gonna die of a heart attack in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, she's gonna die of a heart attack. She could get a shot right now that gives her 10 years in 2 weeks. Does she take the shot? What the fuck is to think about?
She's thinking about it.
So you guys must really hate your fucking life then right now. You must hate each other.
Definitely. They definitely hate something.
No, we
because
don't. You've
why would
seen
you
us
not fight
together.
for
I
them?
have seen you together, which is why I don't understand what the fuck the thought process is.
She's still thinking about it.
I don't get it. Like you,
Would it make a difference if you said you got the cancer, you take the shot, you push it 10 years into the future, and then you get the cancer and you die of natural causes, whatever you want.
yeah. Again, we said, who's to say that in 10 years you won't get the cancer again? You're resetting your body for 30 years prior.
That's not a certainty. It's just, would you take the shot? It's all hypothetical at this point.
No, nothing is hypothetical. No, I didn't say that. I said it is a certainty that it works. It is factual data. It is proven. Nothing's hypothetical. Well, obviously the story is hypothetical, but the shot itself, a guarantee that you do not die next week. That's like saying you get diagnosed with cancer or whatever. I'm not going to even call 911. I'm just, fuck it.
Taking it on the chin.
Yeah, but the answer is you would take the shot because you said you'll take the shot to come to America. So the answer is you would, not you wouldn't.
No, I did the same with the vaccine, and I don't believe in that one either. So
Right, we both don't. We both don't.
Yeah, but
I
didn't particularly feel great about it. I felt like I betrayed my own principles and morals, but that was the choice that I was given. So you still, I felt bad about taking those shots, but it was a means to get there.
If you take the other shot, you can feel bad about yourself for taking the shot for 15 years longer.
Yeah.
But you know what the crazy part is? Let's just say this happens. And he gets cancer next year. And the doctor says it's too late. Now, he's got papers to come to America. But guess what? You can't make it. You know why? Because you're going to fucking die in 24 hours. You motherfucker. I should have took that shot. Yup. Yup. Now you got the paper. Everything is good. But you're not going to make it, man. Just because you were stubborn, for whatever reason, you don't want to take it. Because, bro, I've met some stubborn people, including myself. I think we all can agree that I'm a very stubborn person. Extremely.
But somebody believing in a black hole and not believing in any deity or godlike thing,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
you're very suspiciously going the route of, when it's your time, it's your time. You shouldn't stop the natural or the time God said you should die.
That's nothing to do with God. It's the natural order of things.
Dude, even I
got nothing, bro. I can't.
Nobody has.
I can't come up with anything. I've had some bad shit happen in my life, like the worst. But if you said you can live another 10 years more with Bree because you're guaranteed to die before her, where do I sign up? Like, how much what do you need? My house? What do you, the car? What? What do you want? I put a GoFundMe up. If they'll fund my wedding, they'll fund my shot. I don't know. Like I would do anything to get that shot, to be another 10 years happier with her. I would have to be. I hate using this reference, but S is where I would have to be to say no. I don't want it. Is S? That's it. That's the answer. Is I don't care about anything. I'm S'ing it out. I'm done. That's the only reason why I would say no. Is if I lost everything and I have nothing to live for, then yes, I don't want that shot. I have nothing here. Why am I here? You have Sandra. You have your life. You have the hope of coming here. You're willing to throw all that away for, I don't even know. It's not even a principle of you don't want to stick anything in your body. So if they could give you a shot right now to cure your back pain, you wouldn't take it? Really? What do you go to the doctor for then?
I don't.
You're going for your tooth, right?
I have an appointment eventually.
Why bother? Why not just run its course?
Good point.
Just
Good point. I don't feel it anymore, so I probably could say
the nerve is probably dead, but you know that ignoring your teeth is worse than ignoring cancer? Because that plaque, plaque will go to your heart and your brain and cause a stroke and a heart attack.
Yep.
Those are facts.
About that. Like it slips, like the artery slips up, like it fills up or something. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, John. It wouldn't even be a fucking question for me. Like, oh, we could give you, people take on shots to be good for 3 weeks. I could give you a shot right now. It's going to cost you $90,000. But every fucking pain you have, we're done. That's what they're saying they could do. So, yes. Okay.
Who do I have to beat up to get the 10
years? Whose dick do I got to suck? I don't know. I don't even know what the question is. Why are we even asking me? Duh. Take it in, bro. It's going to hurt like a motherfucker. I'll get over it. I got 30 years extra to think about the pain. Go for it. Fine. Even if you said to me, look, I'd even go a step further and said, Jay, here's the deal. You don't have a shot, but if we lop off your left hand, I guarantee you another 20 years of your life, take it. I'll figure it out. It's those sacrifices you're willing to make because of the happiness that you're in. Or if you could get rid of my toes to make my back pain go away forever. Why aren't we cutting them right now?
You can call me Stubby afterwards, but...
Yep. So what did Sniffle say? No dice? She don't want the shot? Just
no dice. No dice. At least we're on the same level, right?
Makes as much sense as that video from earlier.
Maybe there's a loss in translation and they just don't understand it.
Matthew understands it.
I understand it.
So it's just the rest of us that don't
understand. I got it. I'm going to change it. Let's change the dynamic. John, you said to me that I was your number 2, right?
Number 2?
You don't remember saying that to me? Okay, fine.
Sandra, and then yes. I remember the conversation.
You care a lot about me, right?
Yes.
I'll forget number 2. Let's go to number 1. You take a shot. Sandra's sick. She's dying. You have to take the same shot. She survives. Do you take the shot?
Wait, I only take the shot and she survives. That's the option.
No. You survive too, but you have to take a shot.
Oh, no. I would do it the other way.
Wait, they have to give you the shot so they can extract something to save Sandra.
No.
I would do that.
No, they're not taking anything from him. The idea is this shot has got magical juices in it. She can't take the shot. He just looks at her, and it somehow goes through eye vision.
Now we're going back to a little bit of hypothetical.
It's fine. It's fine. I gotta go hypothetical to get any kind of fucking logistical answer from you. So you get a shot that makes her cured. Would you do it? Oh my God, bro.
No, I
Yeah,
want you to. Like,
yes, I would.
Okay.
To save Sandra, I would. To
Got
save you, I would take a shot.
I
I
got it.
just wouldn't do it for
So the answer
myself.
to this question is simple then. You just don't care about your own well-being, but you care about other people.
Yes, I 100% agree.
That's
I would do it in an instant for you and for Sandra.
I get that.
I wouldn't do it for myself.
I get that. That sucks. We got to fix that.
No,
shit.
it's not.
no, it does. It does.
Really?
What's the first thing they tell you to do when you're on an airplane, right? If something low altitude, you have to put on your mask first before you help somebody else put their mask on first. If
'Cause
you're
then
not there to help that
them.
person, right? So if you're not there, they're not going to be helped on, right? So if you're not here,
Yeah.
you need to help yourself before helping other
He's
people.
not, dude, he doesn't even see it from this angle. Like, I got nothing. I'm
Okay. Well then.
Yeah.
I feel like we should change the name to this channel, man. Like, it changed Jordan's opinion. Like, we do this every week.
No, but you're entitled to your opinion. It's just
yes, you are.
No, that's not true.
Get the fuck out of here. You're not entitled to your it's not the problem is what you're saying is not an opinion.
Sense.
What you have to go past the opinion part. Yes, you're entitled to your opinion. To say that you're not is bullshit. You're entitled to it, but you're also going to have repercussions to your opinion. Don't try to be like a transgender where your opinion is the only one that fucking matters. Other people have opinions. You preach that all the time. Don't shove that down my throat. So we're trying to grasp. I'm specifically really trying to grasp at straws as to how you're willing to do one thing for one thing, but you can't do it to help yourself.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
No, I know you would agree. I mean, you just
yeah, but you see, we don't understand how that works. How you're thinking.
Yeah, I don't think anybody except for Rodrigo, whoever the fuck that is, understands you. So you and Rodrigo would get along great.
We're both illegal immigrants. That creates
that's
a bond.
it. That's it. You both want to come to America and you're fucking stranded and you got to live. Now, if you were, let's just watch this. Now, if you were Fatterdome, you have a great argument. You have nothing to fucking live for. You're a piece of shit. Okay? You over there got someone that loves you. And I've seen you two together. I think you both would equally do things to extend the life of one another. But yet, when it comes to you and extend that life to not make them have to make the sacrifice for you, you're not willing to do it. So you... I got that one. I got the next argument. Watch this. So if the argument is that you're willing to take the shot to extend her life, right? She's, I'm assuming, willing to take the shot for you to extend your life, right?
Oh, then it works. That's our loophole. That's our loophole. That's how we both get the shots. That's a loophole.
Okay, but you're willing to take the shot for her to extend her life. She's willing to take the shot to extend your life. Because the goal is you guys both want to live longer together, right? Why are you so fucking selfish that you can't do it yourself?
So
why do you have to rely on someone else to do it for you?
So you wouldn't take the shot to make Sandra happy if I do it 10 more
that way.
You wouldn't take the shot to make Sandra happy for 10 more years?
There you go.
Or vice versa. Sandra wouldn't take the shot.
I'm not going to go into this, Jorn, but you know what I know, right? Okay. So think about your fucking answer, because I already know your answer to that question. Yeah, we're done here.
Yes.
We're done here. The answer is yes, he would take the shot. I got goosebumps. I know he would take the shot. I know.
Yeah.
I know he would.
100%.
Period.
Not even a doubt.
I got my arm. Nobody knows what I'm talking about. That's fine. You just have to remain unknown. But he would take the shot. I know he would. End of discussion. Yes, he would. Yes, he would. To make her happier for 10 years? Oh, yeah.
100%.
Oh, yeah. Shots lined up, ready to go. There's your answer. All right, good.
Yep,
So we found some
multiples.
soul. We found something in there. I'll give you
But
Florida for 6 months.
you
I
know,
give you
right?
Florida for 6 months, George.
Yeah, but you know, right? Like we've discussed it before.
Yes.
It's not. I have a certain opinion. It comes off as stubborn, but it's not.
It
it's
is
not who I
stubborn.
am.
You just need to look at it from a different angle.
Yeah, that's sometimes difficult for me.
Well, that
agree.
example right there of you know what I'm talking about, that gave you. All right, you're right. You're right. I'm not. I will never say what I'm talking about. Nobody has yet.
Well, you had to be there. Where was everyone?
Nobody was. Nobody was there. It's all right. So he would take the shot though. So we just fixed that. That's all. What's the next topic? Pedophiles.
I'm kind of leaning to pro. What's your opinion? See, but here's the thing, right? Like realistically, now we've been discussing a topic a long time. All of you got frustrated. Not me, but well, Jay doesn't get frustrated. It was probably more the other people because they don't like to discuss it that long. But
yeah, Spade was getting agitated. Spade was
yes,
getting agitated.
yes. Yeah, that's because, well, usually the good people win in an hour or two in a Marvel movie, and this took longer. And it was also more depth in the conversation. It wasn't like pew pew and it was over.
Oh,
Think outside of cartoons. Got it.
So the thing is, and I hope people that watch it is also, I feel like it's a lost art, is people with different opinions can respectfully discuss it for a long time without getting agitated.
Yes. And sometimes you have to look at things from different angles, which is what you did to analyze it and say, okay, hold on.
You have a point.
Right. You're right. And that's it's hard for a man to say, right? We all know that. You're wrong.
But that only works if you're willing to admit you're wrong, right?
Right.
At a certain point.
That's right.
Otherwise, you're just banging your head against the wall.
Yeah, then that's why people say don't talk politics or religion or beliefs with friends, because you're going to lose it. I am the exact opposite. I say speak to only your friends about those to see who your fucking friends are. Because, yeah.
It's going to shrink down dramatically.
That's fine. That's if we could talk about politics or religion and you get upset, good. I'll find somebody else to talk to about it. That's all.
you can even get upset, but if you still get along afterwards and you can respect each other's opinions, that's the thing.
I think it's more a thing that men can do. I truly believe that, like, even if anyone on this panel would get in an altercation, like a physical fight, I think men can let it slide and then still get along.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, because we were watching something, right? And Eastbound and Down, the stuff we started watching while you were here, Jordan. But there's a thing in there where the guys are getting into it, they're fighting, right? And then they're all said and done, and they just shake hands. And she said, "It's that easy for guys?" I said, "Yup."
Done and dusted.
That's it. It's over.
It's very simple.
Yeah,
Very
women, on the other hand, they'll hold on to that shit
forever.
That's also true because they don't really get to a physical altercation. Usually they don't. They only use words. Most of the time, they use words.
But if anything, the physical part would be harder to get over than the mental part, because I have to look at this fucking bruise for 9 days or fix my teeth for 6 months. So, you know what I mean? Like, if you knock my fucking teeth out every day for a year till I get dentures, this motherfucker, I swear to God. I feel like that would be harder. The mental shit is just put down your guard, bro. Just, we're fine.
A physical fight between women is worse than between men.
Yeah, pull hair. And
to be honest, I didn't like it when two women started to fight to get in between them. You had to, but
Yeah, they're nasty with their hands and nails,
Oh.
man. They're fucking nasty, bro.
And the holding of the grudges. That's the
Oh.
worst part. The holding of the
If
grudges.
like that, they could be in opposite sides of the bar or the discotheque or whatever, and they would keep eyeballing and each other, and so you'd have to take one of them and put them outside. You're done for the weekend
Separate them like
because
two wild dogs.
yeah, yeah, couldn't leave them in the same room because then they would start. It's
Right
not
back again.
possible. Yeah,
And
like
I
you said,
think
the
that's
two.
what, and I'm not justifying men getting crazy. We got some stuff soon. We're at 4 hours, and I think that's like with, and I'm not. You guys know me. I'm not misogynistic, but with a woman, she's more likely to get physical, right? Which is would a man hit a woman? It's never would a woman hit a man because that's depicted in movies. It's whatever. We get away with a woman slapping a man in the face, and that's okay. Now, if the roles are reversed, it's unacceptable. And I think that is society that has allowed that to be that way because you shouldn't hit a woman. Well, okay. At the same time, women are quick to get physical. They'll throw a glass at you. They'll throw a laundry basket. Why? Why is that your first reaction?
Oh, I have an easy answer for that. There are less repercussions for that. If I throw a glass to you, another man, there's going to be a physical altercation. But because it's been taught to men for decades that you shouldn't do anything physical against a woman.
So you think in the back of their mind, subconsciously, they know
Yes.
that I'm going to get away with all of this?
Yeah.
I don't think that's too far fetched. I don't think it's I don't think it's a conscious thing that they think right now.
Oh,
It's just ingrained in their head that
Raised that way. They've been raised that way. Oh, you don't lift the finger to hurt a woman.
it
or
definitely
whatever.
that needs to be fixed. So what I say is beat your bitches.
That should be a t-shirt.
Look, you threw the fucking cup at me. You cut half my face. It was only right for me to cut your pussy lips off. Like, that's the only way we were making this balance.
Vote for Jay. Beat your bitches.
Beat your bitches. I love it. BYB. Not bring your own beer. Beat your bitch. Like this.
Bob. The Bob campaign.
It probably is. It's ingrained in their head that I don't know. It's I stand by the fact that if a woman hits you, then by all means hit her back. That's equal opportunity. Don't put your hands on me. I won't put my hands on you. It's that simple. Treat people how you want to be treated. It is.
Maybe
talk.
don't hit with 100%. Maybe do like 20.
Okay. So like a flick.
Yes.
Okay.
Put it back a little bit.
Right in the fucking eye. I promise that'll hurt more than a punch.
So if a woman hits you once and you
Big
want
on
to
the
be a
nipple.
gentleman and not respond, okay. If she goes like this to hit you a second time, you punch her in the face with your fist.
I don't even think of first time, bro. There shouldn't even be that. Talk about it or yell about it. Get loud. Don't. Why are we putting the hands on each other? This even with another dude to another dude. Why do we have to go to a primitive state? It's one thing if you hurt my family. Okay. Well, our emotions are high. You hurt somebody I love. I'm going to break your fucking jaw. But if we're just in a disagreement, your first reaction is to hit me? Wow. Okay, monkey.
I think it's because it's easier. I mean, if you've seen all like the protest stuff and all, that could all be resolved if you just have a decent conversation. So your communication is key, but it's too hard, it seems. And then I always feel people that really go loud or start using physical intimidation, you already won the argument, 100%.
Goes to show that in all those years of evolution, we still go to the primate brain.
Back to the primitive state. Back to it, because it's ingrained in us, right? Like the women throw. It's just you can't get that. I don't know. The way I'm getting physical. I mean, you hit me, I'm getting physical, but I'm never gonna throw the first fucking punch. Never. I don't care how much it piss me off. You say what you got to say. Go for it. But you put your hands on me. Okay. Have fun. Make it count. Get a bat.
At least you have a moment together.
Oh, we're gonna have a moment. That's about it. Count to 10 and don't just run as soon as you do it. Hit and run. Just do a jump punch. All right, I'm gonna go eat lunch. This was a good stream. Did you guys enjoy it?
It was.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
4 hours. Convince Jorn. That should be the subjects. Change Jorn's mind.
Next week, pink is for gay people. And you'll change
I love
my-
it. I love it. Let's do it because I like pink. So let's do it. We're going to make it happen. We're going to make it happen. All right, guys. Good stream. You guys stay here. Thank you all for watching. You guys are beautiful. See you next week. Same time, same rhyme.